Welcome back to Let's Chat. I'm your host, Nikki Luciano. I'm joined tonight by Mason and Ryan. We miss you, Missy. Um, what's new with you guys?
Um, I registered for classes today for
Yeah.
next semester. Um,
Tell everybody your graduation date.
TBD.
Oh, okay.
Fall
well,
of 26.
fall of 26. That's something to go on, right?
Right before Christmas.
There you go. Best Christmas present you could give your mother.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Rye?
Uh, gonna start a new job, working at BMO Harris. That's it.
Well, you don't sound too thrilled.
That's it.
Sorry, I'm just making sure we're on. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
For some reason, it wasn't coming up at first, so I had to swipe out the pages.
He's my tech guy tonight.
Yeah, sorry, Missy.
I'm very proud of the job you got, and I'm proud of Mason for going back and completing what he started. Ryan is extremely smart, and he has had several job offers and finally decided on this one.
Finally settled.
Yeah, well,
Um,
glad not to be broke anymore.
I don't picture you ever being broke.
there was some months there that were a little hard.
we had ramen and
Yeah,
eggs.
there
for
was a
bit.
couple months that we were just grinding our teeth hoping we'd get by.
Honestly, ramen and eggs is pretty good.
You're supposed to call Mom.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Hello, that's me.
One fun part of adulthood is trying to figure out problems on your own.
Yeah, but also another part of adulthood is knowing that you have a mom that you can turn to when you need something.
Oh yeah, I know that, but I'd like to think that I'm building my own problem-solving skills.
Don't make me start weighing you once a week. If I see you lose more than a pound, you're moving home.
Trust me, the arrow is moving in the opposite direction.
What does that mean?
I just gain weight.
Okay, I thought you meant something derogatory towards me. I was ready to
No.
slap you on air.
Live from the studio.
Well, I'm in the process of being signed up for school. I'm going through Bryant and Stratton of Wisconsin. And because it's an online course, I have to deal with people from New York. And
Buffalo.
yeah, Buffalo, New York. Shout out to Buffalo.
Your school sucks.
Tell your Bryant and Stratton over in your area to get on the ball because this guy's sitting on his thumb more than he's twiddling them. I have to go through some FAFSA verification BS, and that is lengthy, and it's got me feeling really less than tech savvy because it's a really hard process. And I feel good having these two boys here telling me that it's not just me, that they all had problems getting signed up and everything. I mean, it had me the other day to the point where I was just going to say, F it, I'm done.
What are the odds that when you go to sign up for school, you'd get audited?
Yeah, I know, Lord. Well, I'd rather that than my taxes. Thank you very much. But
Yeah, don't worry, they want that information.
Yeah,
too.
don't worry. They want everything.
yeah, well, I have nothing to hide. I'm an open book.
It's like BMO.
Yeah, it's like BMO.
In
Wow.
order for him to get the job,
Yeah.
so like he signed it.
I signed my contract and they had to do a background check. So fingerprints, criminal, how much are in those accounts.
That's invasive.
But the thing, and I've been dealing with this all week. It's been giving me a headache.
that's worse than a colonoscopy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, the thing I get nervous about is it's not even BMO doing it. It's a third-party vendor that they use.
Yeah.
So it's like Background Checks LLC.
It's literally the name of the company.
So
Oh.
they sent me an email and said, we need your IRS forms, your W-2s, your bank accounts. And I'm like, and I responded and I said, I'm not going to send that to you. It's very private information that I don't want some third party LLC to have.
Yeah.
Social security number, stuff like that. So I had to call BMO. They're like, nope, that's just our standard policy. And I was like, yeah, still haven't sent most of it. I just keep responding going, hire me or don't. I'm not sending you my private account numbers. And they want like routing and what number not the money that's in it. They want to know the account number. And I'm like, well, then you could just walk in and, take money
Yeah.
from my account number. Did you want my PIN too?
I had to give mine to the IRS,
Yeah.
which blows.
I think having to turn over that financial information is worse than a colonoscopy. You're financially
Yeah, at
getting
least with a colonoscopy, they give you some drugs.
Yeah, yeah. At least they give you a little nap time pill first. Instead, they're just raw dogging it for you financially.
Raw dogging. Oh, you heard it live here, folks.
Yeah.
If you're below
We've
the
been
age of
raw
18,
dogging it.
You cannot be listening to this.
No, Mason's got my settings for you have to be 18 and older to listen to this show.
Do I?
Yes, you
hope
do. I check it all the time,
Okay.
babe.
Our Wi-Fi is cutting in and out, just so you know.
Oh, well, bear with us, folks, because it seems our Wi-Fi is cutting
It's
in
that
and out.
lovely Canadian wildfire.
Yeah, well, thanks, Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I thought I'd have to throw that in there tonight. I had a dream the other night that Mason bought me a T-shirt that says "Anyway." ...
I'm gonna buy you one now.
Yeah.
Then I'll have to wear it. Well, it's not like I'm on camera for the show.
I'll get
I
her
have a
bumper
face for
sticker.
radio.
Ew, bumper sticker. Anyway.
Anyway.
There you go. Or license plates. N-E-way.
I wonder if that one's taken yet.
I don't
Probably
know.
not.
I'll just add my own ... dots
Yeah.
and see how many cops pull me over. So tonight I thought I'd kind of touch base on what's been happening around here and why I haven't been on a podcast. Oh, I see Missy's on
Desi is too.
Jesse's
and
on.
Desi's on. Awesome. Hi, girls. We miss you, Missy. But the reason that we haven't been on the podcast lately is because my husband Wayne, we can go way back in the Wayback Machine to the fact that for the last year, every time Wayne, my husband, would try to eat anything, he would become violently ill and vomit.
Or if he drank anything.
Or if he drank anything. He was literally taking in less than an ounce of fluid a day. And we took him to doctors, we took him to hospitals, and they all said it's GERD or it's acid reflux or whatever they wanted to say at the time. I don't know if the two are the same, but I knew it was BS. I knew it was just complete bullshit. I knew there was something more to it. And then Mason brought up the possibility of it being a sliding hiatal hernia, which is where I'm going to let Mason explain this because I don't want to sound any dumber than I already do.
Well, it's a hernia in your esophagus that literally slides up and down.
And the thing is, I lost my uncle to esophageal cancer and a couple other people in my life. And that was like one of my biggest fears. And I was like, oh my God, that's what he's got. So we ended up taking him to a GI. And the GI was like, well, we want to do a endoscopy and colonoscopy on you, but no pun intended. We need you to go through an EKG and make sure your heart is okay.
And a stress test.
And a stress test. And I was like, his heart is fine, no problem. So they take him in and they do an angiogram.
Well, they did the stress test first.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And his heart was not happy.
Yeah.
So that started making me worried. Then they... Sorry, I got a frog in my throat. Then they insisted on an angiogram. And the doctor's like, 4 hours. What?
There's a poster of a frog right behind you.
Okay. So they
Anyways.
insisted on an angiogram. They said it would take a couple hours max. So me and my daughter Missy decide we're going to go downstairs and get Starbucks at St. Luke's Hospital here in Milwaukee. And we're in the Starbucks. We're walking down the line, the hallway to the Starbucks. And my phone rings. And I'm like, now what the hell? It's the doctor. And I'm like, this can't be good. So I had Missy go on in and order my coffee. And he tells me that Wayne's not leaving the hospital. And I'm like, ever? And he's like, well, yeah, but not right now. And I'm like, why? What's going on? And he tells me that Wayne needs a triple bypass. Oh, hang on. More than one. Okay, somebody's using this. I'm having technical difficulties. It
So
says
you're
it's
still,
an error screen.
You're still live. Because they can hear you.
Hang on.
You can ignore it.
Okay, Mason
Yeah.
says I can ignore it.
Everything's still working.
I just wanted to make sure we were still on here and I wasn't just talking into nothing. So he tells me that Wayne needs a triple bypass. Okay, that freaks me out. Tells me that Wayne can't leave the hospital until, he has the surgery. I said, well, when's the surgery? And they're like, Monday. Well, this was a Friday. So here's Wayne Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in the hospital, not allowed to leave the bed except to pee or other things. And the whole family is up there. I mean, I called my son Vinny first, and I was like trying to explain it to him. And I was visually and I mean visibly shaken. Everybody in the hospital was looking at me, and I'm trying to explain it without crying. And he goes, Mom, settle down. You sound like one of those rubber chickens and somebody's shaking it. And how do you calm down from that, Especially when the surgeon told me right out on the phone, he said, you're damn lucky that he didn't drop dead right in front of all your grandkids on Father's Day. I mean, 45 years. That's a long fucking time to, be with somebody and then.
Yeah.
It just sucks. So we rallied the troops and all the kids came up.
Missy called us when Mom was
I
calling Vinny.
Don't remember who called us. I think Missy
because
called.
I remember we would have been there faster, but we also.
Where were we?
No, we got the call about it.
Because Missy called us. I just don't remember where we were. We weren't
Because
home.
we were at Culver's because we were getting them food because they were going to be there for 4 hours.
We were picking up you guys Culver's
for the angiogram.
Yes.
But
Because you
then-
texted us and said you wanted Culver's.
'Cause
Or your-
Yeah, I was
Dad
starving.
wanted
Missy
Culver's.
called us on the way to the hospital.
Yeah. I think it was because your dad wanted Culver's when he was done.
He did want Culver's, yeah.
So we were picking it up.
Yeah. So then as we walked in no, Missy didn't call. As we walked in the door of the place, Missy told us.
Someone called.
Hi, Delilah. Yeah, it was just craziness. I really don't remember all the bits and pieces, but I remember being up there from early in the morning until
9
I
at
couldn't stay late because I had to come home and put dogs outside and battle June bugs as I took out dogs, which if anybody knows me, they know that's like the grossest thing in the whole world. Well, next to roaches, I would never deal with that. But to me, they're like flying roaches and it's just disgusting. But yeah, it was a long haul. Monday, he was scheduled for surgery and he was supposed to be leaving at what time?
11:17.
11:17, and they came and grabbed him at 9:30.
9:30.
And that got my heart racing.
Well, that was especially annoying because Haley drove all the way from Fond du Lac that morning
Yeah,
and timed it out to where she would be there at like 10 o'clock.
yeah.
So I picked Haley up from here so that she didn't have to drive through the city
In Desi.
and Desi because Sam was at work. Picked them up and then got to the hospital like the minute they put him in the operating room.
God. Yeah, that I remember that now. I think the worst part of the first night that he was there was coming home and seeing his truck sitting here, his work truck, and walking in the house and knowing he wasn't there. And the second worst part of those 3 days was when Vinny picked up his truck to go to work, and I came home that night and the truck was gone. And I was like, oh, Wayne's not home yet. Oh, shit. What am I thinking? You know?
Mm-hmm.
But he was in really good spirits the whole time. And I sat on the bed right before, like an hour before the surgery. I sat on his bed next to him. And I said, I'm going to be here when you come out. He goes, okay. And I said, well, no, I need you to promise me that you're going to be here too, that you're coming back. And he said, I promise. I said, no, you got to pinky promise me, fucker. I said, because I hold that shit sacred, you know? And he pinky promised me and he came back.
His surgery was supposed to take, was it 5 hours?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
5 or
And then I get
6.
that phone call, what, 2 hours later?
2.5 hours into it saying he was done.
And I was like, what do you mean done? But
it went blissfully.
yeah, they said his heart had no other damage except for the valves,
Yeah.
the 3 valves. Well, the 4th one isn't too hot either.
It's 60% clogged.
Yeah.
But-
And
Because they said that his heart was super healthy,
yeah.
that his heart wanted to work.
Yep.
It's just that the arteries wouldn't let him.
And I'm not talking they went in through the groin or anything like that with stents or anything. They had to slice him open, crack his ribs, and go in all the way. And I had no idea about that. And so that hit hard.
Oh, yeah. There was a lot of information I
I was
had to
gonna say,
withhold
Yeah,
from
like
people.
when you
kept-
told me that he was clinically dead for the entire time that they were doing it.
For a good portion of the
Yeah,
procedure, they stop
usually
your heart.
you stop your heart.
'Cause how
And
you
that they
gonna-
have to pack
Yeah.
your insides with ice to keep you in a certain
Viable.
state. Yeah.
Because it's machines that are pumping it.
Yeah,
not
because
you.
you're on a bypass machine.
Yeah, that's what that tube in his neck was it was pumping in blood
Through his aortic artery.
through his what?
Aortic artery.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, pretty horrifying. Hi, Christy. What?
He's trying to remember which artery it is.
I'm thinking, yeah,
Yeah, it's been a while since you've been in school. Usually you can pop shit off 1, 2, 3.
I know.
But then to see him
you are
afterwards,
De loca.
yeah, I knew it was something. But to see him afterwards was horrifying. He looked like death warmed over. He had no color in his lips. He had no color in his tongue, and his mouth was open because they had a breathing tube in. And his eyes were going in 20 different directions at the same time.
At least
And-
you didn't see him waking up from that.
No, I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, that was Desi,
Desi
and you
and
that
I
had
are
to see that one.
Traumatized from that one.
But I asked him if he was okay, and he did the Fonzie thumbs up thing, like, hey. But he's been going strong ever since. They had him up within, how long was that? Sitting up in a
I thought
chair.
it was the next day. That
No, they
Is
had
that
No,
him
right?
same
sitting
day.
up, sitting
day?
up that day. Well, they made him sit up and then
He was walking up and down the hall the next day.
They made him walk from his bed around the foot of the bed to the
Yeah.
chair that night.
The next day he was up and
Next
down the
day he
halls,
was doing laps down the hall.
Yeah.
which is crazy.
And then the day after he was doing full circles around the whole nurse's station,
Well,
basically saying, "Are we done yet?"
the whole medical staff was amazed at Wayne's recovery. You know, his pace of recovery, because there was a guy in the next room, and there were several patients like this, but the guy in his next room had the surgery 2 days before Dad did,
Mhm.
and he was still laying in bed moaning and refusing to get up.
Mhm.
They had to forcibly remove him from the bed.
Yeah.
You know, and when he came home, he had a prescription for pain pills. He said, "Don't even fill it."
When he was in the ICU, he was on some pain pills in his pain meds in his IV, but then I think it was the
It was just
last day
Tylenol.
being in the ICU, and then the rest of his time in recovery in his regular room, he was just on Tylenol.
Yeah.
He said he didn't want pain meds because that can lead to something else.
And the nurses all said that he is the only one of their patients that didn't, you know, hit the call button at all for a nurse. Never called once for a nurse. Of course, he always had somebody in the room with him. But at first, I was a little pissed off that they wouldn't let me or Missy spend the night there. But now that I think about it, it was best for him.
He needed that.
He
time.
needed
needed
that
it.
sleep, because he had people. He had how many of his kids there? 7 of his kids there from morning until night.
Then Nash.
And Nash, my grandson, Nash came up.
Say Vinny, they start. You could go in at 5, and
Vinny
Vinny
was
would
in the
sit in the parking lot
garage
by
at 4:15.
yeah, he'd sit there at 4:15, and he kept saying he'd go to the top floor on his last room and just drive around the top of it until 5.
Yeah, because Dad could see the parking garage from his room,
Yeah.
so Vinny tried parking at the top of the parking
He
garage
said
every time.
he said he would stand out there and keep looking up to see if he can see movement, because you can see his window from
Yeah.
But
the top of the
also,
garage.
Vinny's fiance, Candy, was there. Ryan was there.
Sam and Desi.
Sam and Desi were there.
Tanner showed up.
Tanner showed up.
Nash
Yep.
was there.
Haley was there.
I mean, he had they called it the party room, because we were all trying our damnedest to make sure that Wayne stayed in the best of spirits.
We even brought Monopoly.
Yeah, they were playing Monopoly and watching documentaries on American motors.
He had someone in there. If it wasn't Vinny, Missy was a close second, who was always there around 5 or a little after, and she was there. They both stayed till 9 o'clock at night every day.
Everybody just pulled together. I am so proud of this family for showing me that what I taught them sunk in. Family first and fuck the rest, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they pulled together. And my other son that wasn't able to be here for that called all the time and emailed me, and I kept him, you know, abreast of everything that was going on. And then coming home, oh my God, it's been hotter than hell here in Wisconsin. I don't know how it is anywhere else, but had to put in a window air conditioner for Wayne by his hospital bed in the living room, because I live in a bi-level and he has a loft bed, so he has to climb up to get into bed, and he couldn't do that after open heart surgery. And so I got him a hospital bed in the living room, and he hated it, but
He only had it for a little bit.
yeah, he only had it
even
for
the
like
hospital bed. They said he'd be in it for a while, and he was out of it.
Well, the hospital
Couple
bed,
weeks
they
later?
recommended that he keep it for, what was it, 3 months?
3 months, I think he was supposed to be in it.
And
Yeah.
then after less than a month, he just waddled over
Yeah.
and crawled in your bed.
I think it was like 3
Not
weeks,
even 2
not
weeks, I
even
think.
that he was out.
yeah.
So he's been making great strides since day one.
Yeah, great strides. I mean, the traveling nurse, we have a nurse that's supposed to come out once or twice a week. And after the first visit, Wayne was like, "Tell that stupid broad to get out of my house." He's like, "I don't need this shit." He says, "I'm not an invalid." Am I still on? It keeps flashing.
Yes, you're on.
Okay.
Even when we were, because I was with Dad when he was being like discharged that day.
Yeah.
I had the lovely stressful task of driving him home that day.
Yeah, I had to be home so that I could make sure the hospital bed was being set up, the air conditioner was being installed.
You were
and
here
all
for
the-
deliveries.
Yeah.
Well, she had to prepare the home front for
Yes,
him.
she had to prepare, and
'Cause we didn't know how he was going to take to.
the hospital bed was coming in that day, and AC units were being installed that day. So
I didn't think he was going to be able to climb the stairs. Granted, it was only 7 stairs up to get into the second floor here, but
When we were, because like to be discharged, he obviously had to go through his checklist. And when he was at PT, they had him climb the stairs. He was like, this is pointless. He was like, I can do it. This is pointless.
Yeah.
The breathing machine thing, he was like, everything came back perfectly fine.
yeah, they were all very surprised.
Oh yeah, because he did everything just so nonchalantly.
I was gonna say, wasn't
Just
he
effortlessly.
when they took him out? Didn't they have to wheelchair him out, or wasn't he complaining about saying he could walk out of the hospital?
Yeah.
He wanted to walk out.
Yeah, because they have to definitely after a surgery or something, you have to be wheeled out. I think it's for insurance purposes.
It's so you don't fall in the hospital.
Yeah.
If you fall on the sidewalk, that's your problem.
And I ran ahead to get the car pulled up, and I could hear him in the hallway, and because the lady that picked him up was fast. I left like 5 minutes before you. You guys were gaining on me, and I heard him be like, "I can walk out of here."
She was funny. She was a gospely little woman.
oh, really?
Oh yeah, she was complaining about everybody she works with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She moved him fast.
All I know is he came home and, well, in the meantime, from day one, from the first day that he was in the hospital, my sons, Vinny and Dante, took over the business and they were out installing the windows and running estimates and just busting their asses.
45
Literally.
window job.
Yeah.
Yeah, 45 window job.
it
And they
was-
got it done in
and it
record
was-
time and it was
90-something
perfect.
degrees
98
outside.
degrees.
Yeah. It was that whole week was hot and muggy, and they were out there installing windows and
Another
Keeping
thing the
everything
doctor
moving.
said is if he would have went on that job, he would have dropped dead.
Yeah. But yeah, he hasn't taken a pain pill since he got home.
God works in crazy ways.
He's trying really hard to recover fast because he feels like, I don't know, less of a man that he's not working.
Honestly, it's a break that he has been needing for
I see
40
it.
years.
I see it as
Oh,
taking-
yeah.
I see it as him taking PTO for all those years.
Right? He's accrued
Because
this
we
much.
haven't, in 45 years, we've never taken a
No,
vacation.
He's never taken a break, so he's on
And
PTO.
you guys are finally just you two living here. So
Yeah.
this is maybe like you guys dating again.
It kind of is. Yeah, because now we go out to lunch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Oh, the biggest thing. Okay. The reason he has his room downstairs and I have my room upstairs is because this MF can suck the wallpaper off the walls when he snores at night. And it's not just snoring like, no, it is.
Sounds like something from Mario.
Well, they did used to call him Mario because he was short and had black hair.
He just had
Um,
a pitch black mustache.
Yep, pitch black mustache.
I've seen the picture.
But
It's my future.
since the surgery, he hasn't snored once.
He also remembers his dreams. And
Yes.
He talks about feelings.
Yes, that's so weird. I think when they fixed his heart,
Mhm.
because it was like, I'm just gonna say it. We were like roommates, you know, the noisy guy downstairs and his stupid effing dog. Because he's got a red lab and the thing is afraid of thunderstorms and fireworks. So great hunting dog. But we had drifted so far apart.
It literally took death.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
literally. Yeah.
I really do think that this was an act of God. He was like, those two are drifting too far. bam,
Mhm.
you know, and there's Wayne in the hospital. And now he remembers his dreams, where before I'd say, "What were you dreaming about last night?" Because he was like thrashing. And he's like, "I don't know. I don't remember dreams. I don't dream." And now he'll sit and tell me about all of his dreams. And it is so weird.
Mhm.
And about feelings, he was never open about feelings. Now he's telling me like, I don't know, I don't feel like I'm living up to being a man because I'm not working, you know?
Mhm.
Before he would have been like, I don't know, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
And that was it, you know?
I mean, he didn't tell his kids I love you until a couple years ago.
Yeah. My husband has always been very
Well, that's that generation.
guarded.
You all made him do that. on
No, it's
purpose.
not that generation. I'm of his generation,
The
and
men in that generation. Emotion is weakness.
Yeah, I think that's mostly. Yeah,
us damn
His dad's
boomers.
like that too.
yeah.
Yeah.
My parents did the same. No, you kids were the ones that started the him saying I love you.
Desi broke him on that.
Yeah. Well, that's because since the day you were born, when I put you to bed, I would say good night, I love you, and I'll see you in the morning, and that was my promise,
Mhm.
you know. And then when you got a little older and could start talking, you'd say it back,
Mhm.
and that was like our promise.
Mhm.
Just like when you leave, I always usually have to hug you and say, I love you. Text me when you get home, you know, that kind of thing.
Oh, did we text Missy when we got home?
No.
Missy, we made it home.
And then some.
I just remembered that.
But then one night,
Missy says they rewired him.
Desi was saying goodnight to mom and dad. And then mom said goodnight, love you, see you tomorrow. Desi said that. And then she looked over at dad, said, Dad, do you love me yet? And I think that broke the little man on the inside a little bit.
I think, yeah. I think definitely that I agree with you that it was an act of God. I think God works in very mysterious ways.
Oh,
Could've
yeah.
made it a little.
And I think
Less extreme,
definitely
but-
between him having that big job coming up, I think God was like, I'm just going to send down a little warning that
Yeah.
something is going to happen if none
He
of
said,
you catch this.
This idiot isn't going to stop
Yeah.
on his own,
He said-
so
Well,
I'm going to stop.
He said, I've
him."
been telling him there's a warning if he's not getting it. So I'll just send it now. before
Was it
something
12 or
happens."
14 pounds that he lost in the last month
14.
before the surgery? 14 pounds in a month.
He lost 5 pounds in the hospital.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
he was losing quick.
Before surgery.
Skinny legend.
Yeah, after he never lost it after, it was before.
And-
No, he did lose 1 pound when he came home, I think.
Yeah,
And then I
Casey,
felt
that's
guilty
funny.
because I fry everything in butter, you know? I'm like kind of like the new age Paula Dean.
But honestly, like the lifestyle changes. So we, as siblings, talked about it.
Okay.
And we were like, this is not going to end well. They are old dogs. New tricks don't work.
Yeah.
But the lifestyle changes you guys made so fast and so just like effortlessly.
Well, I
was-
didn't really change too much.
Uh,
He's
You-
still snarfing down some mushroom Swiss burgers from Culver's,
yeah,
and
but we got him like his better stuff, like better options.
Yeah,
yeah.
like vitamin waters and stuff like
Well,
that.
he's been on those
And
for a few years.
That Miss Dash seasoning is honestly so
It
good.
is good. I think we got one. Too.
We did.
I think it tastes like shit.
Oh, I thought it was great.
I take this is not healthy. I take a bagel, rip it in half, thick cream cheese on it, then I sprinkle the Dash seasoning on it.
Don't tell your dad.
He can have some.
Oh, he's been staying. The one thing that he does occasionally have is a Hostess Ding Dong.
That's
I told him
fine.
you are what you eat.
Yeah, he just has to watch the cholesterol and the sodium.
Yeah, and I've been, instead of using garlic salt on everything like I like, we're using garlic powder.
Such a better option.
Mhm.
I think it tastes better,
and
too.
half the amount. And he gets his Mrs. Dash, and I still stick with my salt.
Oh, you do?
Oh, honey, yes.
Oh,
Oh.
Mm,
I thought you were over here being supportive.
I thought But if one
Um,
went through, the other one did.
Yeah.
Well, for the first week that he was home, I only ate 2 meals
Yeah.
in a week.
We were also just happy.
I
that he
didn't
was-
snack on Hostess, like I used to swear they were going to find me face down with a Twinkie stuffed down my throat.
How'd she go? Twinkie.
Happy.
This girl did not get these thick thighs from eating
I
well.
tell you, she go rest in peace.
When they bury me, stick some Hostess in there with me and steak and taters. I like steak and taters.
You're gonna have a stinky cast.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Yeah,
Dang.
be-
Might as well not embalm you either.
Yeah.
No, do what you got to do.
Yeah.
think
I don't know.
I think everyone's just at least I know for us was as soon as we came home, he got home from the hospital. I think we spent like a whole day sleeping.
Oh my god, the recovery! I felt like I had to go
Yeah.
through recovery afterwards,
I think we 24 hours we
Because-
were out cold.
and there was just so much. There was nothing going on, but it seemed like the world was crashing down, and we're just trying to run around and save the pieces that we can.
I'm guessing because I think it was for like you guys, and I think Missy and I'm sure Vinny would vouch for the same thing. It's that, yeah, most of us were there from 5 to 9, but it was like
And then
we
going
had
work.
to. You had to be on your toes in case something popped up.
Well,
Like
and
you
then-
couldn't just sit there and be like, oh yeah, we're just hanging out.
Well,
You just
and
had to
then-
And
keep
that's
waiting.
5 a.m. till 9
Yeah.
p.m.
So
And then like I had dad's my chart, so then like test results would come in, and then I would decipher them into some human
Layman
words.
terms
But then
for us dummies.
when I found something, because it wasn't just pure bliss for his recovery. There was certain test results that we didn't like.
Yeah.
But when stuff would come back, I didn't want to scare dad by telling him about it. So then I would try to run around the hospital talking to whoever I could to try to find the answers before I
Yeah.
contacted him. Even had to call one of the doctors on her way home from work.
yeah, well, you would even when we get home and at 9:30, 10 o'clock, so it wasn't that far from us. 9:30 probably.
I was
And
still
we
calling
would
the
clean
hospital.
and he would make dinner and he was on the phone with the nurses that were I think one was like, I'm literally standing in his room right now.
Yep. Carly, her name
Yeah,
was.
I think she said to you, she's like, I'm standing right next to him.
Because he would go for his every morning. They did a 5 a.m. chest X-ray
Yeah.
to make sure that everything is still in place, all the wires and everything like that.
Yeah.
And then when they would like take a chest tube out, they want to make sure they didn't
Hit
mess anything
on
up.
the way out.
When his at like 5:30 in the morning when his test results came in, I was on the horn with the nurses station. It's like, hey, so I don't really like this.
Yep.
Got to
But
know all the
they
nurses
loved
very well.
they loved all my kids.
Oh, yeah.
The nurses did.
And they were
and the
fighting, They were
doctors.
fighting over which one would take
Yeah.
care of him. For
Yeah,
the
because
day.
he wasn't the complainer.
On like after he was in ICU and he got back up to the 9th floor,
Hmm.
I think it was.
Yeah.
I forgot who it was.
It was the one he had before surgery. That lady that
Not Robin.
I
She
thought-
came and said goodbye,
Oh.
but she was never his nurse for the day.
no, I think she was saying that the nurses were fighting over who got his
She
room.
said that because he had Matthew before he went to surgery. I'm just name dropping all these nurses, but that's fine. They were great. He had Matthew before surgery, and I guess Matthew came into work early just so he could get first pick at dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the one that talked about AMC cars with Dad?
No.
No, that was somebody else.
Oh.
His name was.
Was that Noah?
I think so.
I was like, I don't remember
Okay.
Noah.
He built the ark.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that one I know.
I kind of wish we would have saw Milo the CNA again
Why?
He was funny.
because he was a very funny guy, and we got one of those like fan things, like those collapsible fans.
Because it was so hot in his room and they
So,
didn't have any of the
okay.
fans running.
Yep.
Okay.
So at the end of everything he said period. So we got him a fan that said it.
Oh.
So we should honestly.
We should have
I-
left it.
actually.
Well,
I-
I'm still. Me and Missy are taking. You guys can come with. We're taking a couple of baskets, I mean, like laundry baskets, filled with snacks and stuff for the nurses on
Mhm.
both wings of that hospital. And just to show our appreciation for all that they did.
I have to go to St. Luke's in the next week or two.
Okay.
I'll
Well,
be
let
in-
us know when.
Yeah, I'll be in the chemo area
Why?
for that
Oh.
live infusion thingy.
I'll go get some pizza.
Oh, their pizza.
Oh, their
was-
pizza
food in
is
general.
bomb diggity.
Oh, it better have been. I think we all survived on it for about 7 days for breakfast, lunch,
Well,
and dinner.
In that 7 days, I only had 1.25 slices of pizza and I think 3 Starbucks.
Vinny still brought up, even just today, how much tuna I consumed at that
Yeah.
hospital.
Tuna and Starbucks.
Yeah.
Mason did tuna. Missy and I think we solely lived on pizza, pretty much.
Oh, and by the way,
Yeah.
just a shout out to Vinny, who said, "Mom, settle down. You sound like a rubber chicken being shaked." Yeah, this guy was more frantic than anybody in the room.
It was like Chicken Little.
He was like, "You have to get up to the hospital right away. You should be here sooner." He didn't realize that I've got dogs to take care of, a cat to take care of. I still have to make sure that the business is running. I still have to,
Checks to go get, mortgage to pay.
yeah, I had to go pick up checks. I had to pay the mortgage. I had to make sure that everything was still running. He was like, "No, fuck that, fuck that," and you can't fuck that because Dad doesn't want to come home and find out he's homeless.
Yeah,
You
he's
know?
got to
There's
have a house to
hospital
come
bed
back.
on the corner.
Gotta have a house to
Home
come
sweet
back.
hotel.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it was. I think definitely on the way back after he was discharged.
Oh,
When
that was
we-
so scary.
You know, well, for
And he
you-
was only in for a week,
no,
which
but
is a
when-
miracle.
When we turned onto whatever that road is, Cherie.
Cherie.
I think he started to get like smiling. I think it's just because he missed being here.
I think it's because as
Because once we pulled in the driveway, he was just like the kid in a candy store, like, "Oh my god, I'm
yeah,
back!"
he jumped out of that
Oh
car.
yeah, I think he.
I didn't even have the car off, and he was
No.
unseatbelted, and he was
I
jumping
think he
out.
was levitating. he was
It's
very-
because as much as on the exterior he was in good spirits, on the insides
I think he missed
well
home.
now
Didn't think he was ever going to see home again.
well now that we're on
The other side.
the other side of the surgery, he will tell you that he thought he was going to die.
Yeah.
He
I-
thought that was it going into
I think
surgery.
he said that in the car. He was like, "I didn't think I'd ever come back
Well, because
home."
he was scared of that stupid 23 thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because he said that people.
Well, when
tend
we used to
die.
go to the cemetery, he would walk around and look at headstones and he'd see that somebody was born on like January 23rd, but died on June 23rd. It was a 23 thing. And that's Wayne's birthday is April
It was the
23rd.
day he had the surgery.
And he had surgery on the 23rd. And it didn't help that he had the angiogram on the day that his mom passed, the anniversary of his mom passing. So numbers were just playing tricks on his brain 1000%. What was that?
I don't know.
Something moved.
Mhm. Something said, "Let me have the mic for a
Oh,
minute."
maybe it's Dad's
Maybe
mom.
it's Grandma Heck.
Yeah.
She said, "Let me get on the mic." Missy's mic sitting here live.
Is this thing on?
All of a sudden you hear,
Yeah.
but I don't know. That whole time being home every night alone, I would stay up until like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning because I couldn't sleep knowing that he was gone,
Mhm.
and thinking about shit, this house isn't a home without him,
No.
As much as I mean, I'm Sicilian. I ain't gonna lie. I fight. I go for the jugular when we're fighting. And as much as we fight, we've been together for 45 years. So it works,
Mm-hmm.
What's the matter? Something's bothering you.
No.
Yeah. I'm your mother. Don't lie to me.
She's Sicilian. She'll fight you.
Oh, what do you think I am?
um,
Make a barricade over here.
no, you
for
just
myself.
all of a sudden you just like shifted like you weren't even you.
Chilling.
Oh.
Don't touch me.
Yeah, it's been a ride.
It was
was
a
Hell Week.
roller coaster.
It took me over a month to fully recover from that. The mental and physical torture that I went through.
Yeah, you definitely. I think I fell back into my yaya role where I was just like, anyone need a chair, food, drinks, wandering around.
Yeah, Ryan was freaking amazing the
I
entire
just
time
kept
we were
wandering
there.
around. I'm like, does anyone need anything? What do we need? You want to go outside?
You didn't even tell them the best part.
What?
The fire.
Oh yeah, the fire
At the hospital?
stairwell. You were in the stairwell.
Oh my god.
How'd you miss
Oh
the
my
most
God.
important part of that
Okay,
roller
people.
coaster?
All right, so what were we doing?
You guys just went outside to go get some air.
Oh
Just
yeah,
go
no,
sit
I was
outside
going
for a
out to
little
get a breath of fresh cancer.
Okay. Yeah.
I needed a
Demonize
cigarette.
yourself, why don't you?
I needed a cigarette, so me and Missy and Vinny went outside.
Wait,
no,
no, Vinny
it was
didn't.
just me and Missy,
Yeah.
and we're out there smoking. And I was like, I'm having one more before I go in. So all of a sudden, Vinny comes out and he goes, "There's a fire," and I was like, "What?" He goes, "There's a fire."
There's a
So-
fire.
So we go booking in the
Mr.
freaking
Firefighter.
hospital,
Yeah.
and stupid us. I hit the button for the elevator. I'm like, "Come on,
Well, yeah, you
elevator!"
just smoked 4 cigarettes. You need an elevator.
And of course, the elevator's not working. And then we hear an announcement coming over saying that there's a fire in the elevator.
No, it was
It
in
was the
the
stairwells.
stairwell.
Oh, the stairwell. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, great. We can't take the elevator, but we have to take the stairs. And there's a fire on the 3rd floor. We're on the 1st floor. We need to get up to the 9th floor." Heller.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I've got emphysema, COPD, and I'd walk up a flight of stairs. I'd get halfway up the second one. I'm like, "I can't do this." And I'm like, you know, so I'd sit down. Vinny's like, he's taking stairwells, 20 stairs, like in 2 steps because he's 6'4", brat. And he'd get all the way up a flight of stairs and he'd come back and turn around and look like, "Are you coming?" I said, "Give me a minute. I'm going to die
He
here."
said at one point you were like 3 steps from the landing.
Yeah.
And you just like lunged for the landing to sit down. He said, "I thought I lost her there."
Yep.
I would have done that too.
Stand
in the hospital, call 911. That would have been me.
But hey, each floor had 3 staircases.
I would have done that.
Each floor had 3 staircases. So 60 steps per floor. I made it up to 5B, baby.
It doesn't say what they don't tell you is that there's 5A and 5B and 5C. and-
Yes. And well, that's what each floor was.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was 1A,
Okay.
1B,
Sorry, I'm
1C.
still calling 911.
I made it to 5B.
Yeah.
And that's when mind you, it was 90 some degrees outside and there's like no air in these hallways. So sweat is pouring down me. My hair, I look like I just came back from swimming. When we got to the 3rd floor, because we're trying all these different doors trying to get in and they're all locked. We get to the 3rd floor. 3rd floor door opens. It's the waiting room for cardiac surgery.
Mhm.
Open the door. All these people are looking at me. I look like Swamp Thing. And I was like, like
She's giving
that.
all a heart attack.
And I just whipped the door open and they're looking at me and they're all like scared. And I closed the door. I was like, oops. And I closed the door and I got back up there. Anyway, I get to 5B. I couldn't go another step. You know, I was hoping that Vinny would throw me over his shoulder, fireman style, and just carry me up the stairs. Nope. He went on. I heard him get up to the 9th floor and
Slam the door.
slam the door.
He said that he was going ahead of you guys to see
Uh-huh.
if the fire was
Yeah,
in the
he tells
stairwell.
you that. He tells me that. But guess what? When we got to 5B, Missy's like, let's just try the damn door. So we tried the door, we get in, and we walked over to the elevator. I was like, please work, please work. Well, it worked. Takes us up to the 9th floor. Walk in Dad's room. Then he's laughing and talking away like he forgot about us.
Because when Vinny
He
came
left
in-
me to die, people. He left me to die.
He said the weakest go.
And then he looks surprised to see me.
Yeah.
And Dad's looking at me like, wow, what the hell hit you?
Well, when Vinny came in the room,
Well,
he
none of
came
us knew.
storming in the room. He was purple. It looked like Grimace just stormed into my room.
Yeah. In the room you could hear very faint something over the announcements in the hall. He walked in. We all thought he was having a heart attack.
Yeah.
And then when he opened the door, you heard like slam, 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 and that's when all the fire doors started closing.
Yep.
So then I think Vinny stood outside. I walked out. You walked down. We were like, "What's going on?" And then all of a sudden, you heard like, "There's a fire in the
Well,
building."
he approached the security guard down at the front door. And he's like, the guy is standing there, and right next to him is this flashing light. And Vinny goes, what's with the sirens? And he goes, what sirens? Vinny was like, that flashing light next to your head. He goes, oh, there's a fire. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Mhm.
But we lived.
Those three were playing firefighters, and we were just sitting in the room like, "I don't know what's going on." People are running up and down the halls for no
Never
reason.
again. If there's a fire, just let me die. I am not going up or down those stairs.
She won't die of smoke inhalation, I'll tell you that. She's pretty used to that.
Christy says my dumbass would have stood in the hospital trying to call 911.
Yeah,
I
would-
needed 911 just for oxygen.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
She-
Hate
she's
to
like,
say
"Where's
it,
the respiratory floor?"
Which door is it?
Yeah. It's 5C.
Fuck
Sorry.
you.
She takes the elevator from 5B to 5C.
Yep. Nope. Just I told Missy because as soon as we hit 5B, I got to maybe the 3rd step and I just collapsed. I said, I can't make it. I'm gonna die here. I'm going to die here.
They were like surviving. We all were just sitting in the room laughing, going, well, "What's that weird announcement?" Mumbling in the hallway.
Yeah, nobody comes to look for their mom.
I was trying to keep an eye on the man who was just cracked open like a
Yeah,
buttery
it was-
lobster.
Yeah, he was gonna Plan B to get him out.
Lobster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out how we were going to get him from the 9th floor
down.
to a
They got medical staff for that.
Oh, they were no way.
Nobody even knew we were in the hallway in the staircase.
When those fire doors closed and the alarms were going off on the 9th floor, there was not a nurse. There was
By
not
the
a
way-
CNA in sight.
the stair, we ran from door to door looking for a stairwell.
Mhm.
We found one, right? First one we take, it only goes down.
Oh,
Another one we went to, they took us through this maze. That one only goes down. We were on the 1st floor.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to the morgue.
yeah. I don't
No,
know.
that's the cafeteria.
Okay.
Cafeteria's down there.
That's where they eat the meat.
Where's the morgue?
Probably right next to the
I was gonna say-
cafeteria.
Oh, yum. Today's
Fresh meats.
special.
Yeah.
Deli Selects.
Yeah. Samantha pepperoni pizza.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hang on. Somebody said something here. I got to put on my specs. Christy said they need a smokers only chairlift when the elevators are
Yeah.
down. Grab a ticket and get in line. I'll go last because I'm going out for a cigarette quick.
It's like the deli counter at a grocery store. You got to grab the ticket and wait for your number to be called.
Oh, I tell you.
Mm, yeah.
I was sweating so bad I had to come home and peel my clothes off to take a shower.
Mm-hmm.
We're up there socializing. They're playing firefighters.
We were playing Monopoly.
Yeah, we're playing Monopoly. They're playing firefighters.
Mhm.
No, my
I think
main thing, because, I think a couple people told us, well, don't go up there. Don't go up there. The
Mhm.
elevators don't work, blah, blah, blah. My husband's up there. If he's going to burn up to a barbecue, so am I.
Mhm.
Yeah, there was not a single person in that hallway when the fire was going off. I think the only reason we knew was because Candy got a message from Vinny. That's the only because Candy said something. All of a sudden, it was like, "Oh, there's a fire." And we were like, "What?"
And then we tried calling Mom and Missy,
Yeah.
but our phones weren't working.
Their phones weren't picking up. When you
Yeah.
dial them, it wouldn't go through.
Yeah.
It's because they were in
What
a
did Missy
stairwell.
say?
Missy said no, it was a serial killer hallway.
Why was it a serial killer hallway?
I don't know.
Oh,
Nobody-
does she mean the ones that were only going down?
Probably.
Oh, I was getting mad, and we're just going door to door. Vinny finally found the one that went up.
They should really have more stairwells.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that
think
was
for a
really
building that
dangerous.
big that they
Oh, and by the way, the elevator shaft that we were in, or the stairwell, you
Mhm.
know, that we were in, was not the one that was on fire.
The one that was on fire was over by behavioral health.
Yeah, it was a behavioral
Yeah, it was
building.
one of the mental patients that started a fire in the 3rd floor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which, why does a mental health patient have access to a
I
stairwell?
was wondering that too. No, why does he have access to something
Fire,
that starts a fire?
fire starters.
Well, that, but also, wouldn't they just yeet themselves down the stairs?
I mean,
If I
depends
was
on
a
your
mental patient, I probably
Well,
would.
my whole thing
maybe
was
they
how
weren't
did they-
suicidal. They just like fire.
Yeah, my whole thing was how'd they get something that started a fire?
Yeah.
When you go in there, you usually don't have anything.
True.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's like an inpatient or outpatient type of deal
Mhm.
there.
Someone,
I don't really want to go visit it.
Someone over
but
there got creative.
Yeah,
They were doing arts and crafts.
apparently. And it was in like the original building of the hospital too.
Yeah, it was in the.
What are they saying yes to?
The serial killer hallway. The thing that
Oh.
went down.
It was
stairwell.
the.
That was. It was only a week long being there.
Felt like.
But
Well,
it
a year.
seemed like months.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it felt like a year.
I felt like I saw us all aging.
Yeah. Yeah, I think as the days went on along, we'd get there and everybody would sit there and we'd all meet downstairs and go morning, and we'd all just as the days got worse, we all just looked more and more tired.
Yeah. I felt like on day 4 I had to bring eye masks for everybody.
Yeah, I mean it was of course good reason to be there, but there was the last couple days there. I think of course we were going to be there for him, but I think the last couple days there, me pulling into the parking garage at the hospital, my stomach turned a little bit from I was like,
Mm-hmm. Not again.
yeah, I'm like, oh god, I know what the layout of this parking garage now.
Well, and then like everybody goes home, and you can't. When your dad's in that situation, you can't sleep at night.
Yeah,
None of us slept.
yeah.
So then we are so sleep deprived. We've gotten about 3 hours in the
Yeah,
past
only,
week,
like,
if that.
3 hours during the whole week of sleep.
And then going back up there and trying to act alive and keep the morale up and be there whenever he needs something and be his advocate, because God knows Dad won't speak up for himself.
No,
Yeah,
no.
was-
Wayne wouldn't say shit if he had a mouthful of it.
Of course it was.
So that's when it was nice having Missy, Vinny, and I there, because even if Dad didn't know he wanted something, we got it for him.
Oh, how about the cleanliness of the hospital? Lacking. Let me tell you, lacking. Vinny and I took turns bleaching his room daily because the cleaning lady would open the door, she'd grab the garbage bag, and she'd sneak out.
Mhm.
She came in there one time in a week to mop the floor,
And she
and
missed.
it reeked. His table, the first day that we were there, you know, that bedside table that they slide over the bed so that he can, you know, eat his meals on it and whatever, was so sticky. I don't even want to ask what happened on that table. It was disgusting. I make sure when somebody's eating that their entire table and everything that they're going to touch is perfectly clean. We used bleach wipes on that room and wiped it all down. Even the nurse came in and went, "Wow, it smells good in here." I said, "Yeah, that's a little bleach."
Missy said she didn't know how to return to normal after he got home.
Yeah, I don't think there was a normal.
Mm-mm.
I was so sleep deprived. I swore that as I was driving down the street, mailboxes were jumping out in front of the cars. I thought in front of my car. I thought it was kids running out in the road.
Yeah, there was.
One of
I should not have been driving.
the time you drove Haley home, you were falling asleep while driving.
Yeah.
There was a couple days where I'd be driving down Oklahoma and I'd see the building in the distance and some reason I'd just start breaking down and be like, oh my God, we're here again. Like this is day 7.
It
Day 84.
was like groundhog.
Yeah,
Day.
it got to the point I think I picked up the days I had to pick up or drop off Desi and get back. I'd see it in the distance. I'm like, oh my God.
And then
Go
we
back.
didn't want to show that we were tired or hungry or stressed or anything like that because then Dad felt guilty that everybody was up there.
Yeah, he kept saying, "Go home. You don't have
Yeah.
to be up here."
So we all consider it home.
Missy
Just about
said,
it.
"I had no idea how to return
Yeah,
to normal again after we got home." I
yeah.
know that feeling all too well. Oh, and then the paranormal activity started in.
Once he got
After
home?
Dad was home.
He took it with him to the
Um,
hospital.
What was the first thing? Oh, I was in the kitchen last week and what was I doing? Oh, I was shampooing the rugs in my kitchen and my living room and with the carpet cleaner. And I went to empty the dirty water into the sink and fill up the clean water tank. And I turned and I looked at the TV on my kitchen counter and the TV turned on and then turned off by itself. Mind you, there's no remote in the room. It was in on my headboard in my room. And I called Wayne because I was freaked. He was sitting on the couch in the living room. And I'm like, "Wayne, do you have a remote?" And he said, "No, I don't have a remote. Why?" And I told him what happened. And I went over and I was banging on the counter to see if maybe vibration somehow triggered the TV to turn on. Nothing. I stomped across the floor. Nothing. And I was like, well, that's really weird. The next night, I turned on the 75-inch TV in the living room. You need to take her out?
Nope. She just wanted
Oh.
to get down.
I turned on the 75-inch TV in the living room and it's hiccuping. Brand new TV. It's like glitching. It would be clear picture, glitch, clear picture, glitch. I tried unplugging it for like 5 minutes and plugging it back in. Nope, still glitching. I called my son Tony and told him what's going on. He says, nope, circuit board's fried. It's like, oh my God, now I got to replace that. So that's 2 electronics in 2 days. Then camera 4 goes out on my security monitor system the next day. And it's just all these little things that just kept happening in that week.
Yeah, you had like a week of everything going out.
Yeah. Now I've got to replace a living room TV,
Cameras.
a camera.
Yeah.
What else? Something else went to hell.
TV camera.
One of my fans in the bedroom. But I'm just like, okay, this is really weird. So as soon as the TV started, the first TV, when it turned on and then off, I instantly turned on my ghost hunting stuff. And I said, okay, who's the wise ass? Which one of you is, playing with my TV? And it said, she's hiding. And I was like, that's creepy. Oh, that's what I was going to bring up. Last week, you guys had some paranormal activity going on in your apartment.
Yeah, I remember the one. I was trying to think of it in my head.
Well, the closet door
the closet door is the
opened.
one I remember. There was a second one that happened, and I can't remember. But yeah, it was all of a sudden we're just watching TV. Animals were in bed with us, and the door came. It wasn't like a slow moving. It was like a fast.
Yeah.
It just flung open, and of course, doors always shut because we have a cat who likes to go in there and grab stuff.
Yeah.
So it was weird. And then all the animals looked at it, and we turned on the ghost app, and I forgot what it said.
The same thing.
Yeah, I think it said the same thing.
Yeah, because I think I sent Mason the log because
Yeah.
it tells what it said on the Ghost app. And both of them said she's hiding.
Yeah, it was weird. There was something else, and I can't remember what it was. He'll know, but it was like something around that realm, and it was like the next day, that next evening, it happened. It was
Mine said grab your rosary, and I was like, oh my God.
no
I
ours.
said that's weird. And then it said hanging, and then it said bedroom. And that's weird because I have my rosary hanging on the cabinet right next to my bed.
Ours started talking about spirits, and then it started name dropping everybody, and then said they're watching. Yeah, that was it. It was we're watching. Then it started naming pretty much everybody.
Mine gave me goosebumps because it said Ryan is family.
Oh God.
Yeah. I can't read what they're saying on the messages. I got to keep putting my glasses on.
Missy said, between taking care of the kids and being at the hospital, I have no idea how I drove. That is true, Missy. There were some nights I was a little nervous when you left the hospital because she had she was the farthest. I think she's farther than you are from St.
Yeah.
Luke's.
Yeah.
I think she said an hour or something she had to do, and she was there once again 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. usually, and there were days that she did not look like she could drive.
Yeah.
She was just like, I think one day we were talking to her and she was just going like this next to on the truck. Just
Yeah.
our drive was only 10 minutes. So I don't know how she did the
And
hour.
this place is so packed. They've got one parking lot across the street from the hospital and then a parking structure. When the parking lot was full, you had to go into the parking structure. There were times I had to park on the roof. Now, I don't like parking structures in the first place. And then, I mean, the first day that one woman was parked sideways, pointed at my
Yeah.
driver's door, and I couldn't even get into my car.
Yeah, because I remember I parked next to you on the other side of you, and you were really hugged in there. But
Yeah, I was in tight. Missy had to get in through the passenger door just
to
to
move it.
gently back my car out of there because I was like, this crazy bitch is going to kill my car.
Yeah, she did. Well, Missy couldn't even. I kept telling Missy, I don't even think her truck would have gone in the parking garage. I don't think the spaces were long enough. That's
Yeah.
why she kept going to the front lot that everyone was parking in, because I don't think she would have, been able to even get in there.
Christy said that James brought up my rosary the other day. I hold my rosary very dear to my heart. Wayne bought that for me when I made my communion, my confirmation, and was baptized all in one day.
Wow.
That's because when I was born, my mother never had me baptized. So it was in the year 2000 that I got baptized.
Huh. See, I didn't know that. I just assumed you were baptized.
I mean,
as a
I
kid.
went to church. I went to
Yeah.
Catholic church, and I consider myself to be raised Catholic because I took the initiative and went to church myself, Even though I was a punk and a greaser and
Smoking cigarettes.
smoking cigarettes, and I was in a bar at 14 years old, and they thought I was 18 at the time, and that was the legal drinking age. But yeah, I went to church.
I went
It's
to
kind of
church.
like that Big and Rich song, somewhere between Raising Hell and Amazing Grace. Yeah, that was me. Still is, kind of. Well, now that I'm, I don't know, near death in age, I kind of try to watch my P's and Q's, and I try to be nice to people, and I don't know, don't start nothing, there won't be nothing.
Yeah. True.
That's always been my theory in life.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about the last day at the hospital where Vinny was so tired he was tying the nurses' whiteboard markers to balloons so that they were floating around when they walked in.
Yeah.
That's for some reason just entered my head because I remember he was so excited when the nurse walked in. The nurse was just like, and she's like talking to him, and the marker's just slowly making its way over, tied to a balloon.
Yeah, I had to miss that day.
Oh, he tied a fork at one point because food showed up, and he's like, "I'll send a fork over," and it just made its way across the room on a balloon.
Yeah, Dad was probably rolling his eyes and flaring his nostrils.
I think it was so. Well, Missy supplied the balloons. That was a bad choice.
What?
Talking about how Vinny was tying the nurse's marker to a balloon and letting it float around.
I think we're all sleep deprived.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
a fork for your dad was just floating around on a balloon.
Oh, and then Dad comes home. He's in a hospital bed in the living room. So I slept on the big couch. If he even wiggled a toe, I popped up and I was like, "Are you okay? Do you need anything? What's going on?" He's like, "I moved my foot." So I didn't sleep then either for the first 2 weeks that he was home.
Oh yeah, I'm sure because you were out
You
there
were
in
so
case something
scared of him
happened.
coming home.
Yeah,
You
Yeah,
thought you
I
were
was
gonna
like,
break 'em.
"Can't you keep him a little while longer? At least you guys got people that can fix him if, anything happens." Well, you didn't help by telling me, "Oh, they took his rib cage and cracked it open like a walnut, and then to close him up, they used wire." And I'm picturing, wire just wrap. No, it's twist ties like bread.
It's wire.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the
But
wire
it still
twist
twists
ties.
the same way. Yeah.
That's what the nurse at cardiac rehabilitation told us.
They twist it like a twist tie, but it's thick wire. They have to use.
Well, she went like this. You know that thing? Here's the church, here's the steeple, open the door and see all the people. Do that, where your fingers are on the insides and your fingers are interlocked. She said, "Imagine this is your rib cage." Now, because Wayne's been lifting rugs and carrying them in for me to clean, and I keep telling him not to. I'll do it. He's like, "I got it," and he runs and grabs a rug and brings it in and rolls it out, and he's lifting the vacuum cleaner. And she said every time he does that, this happens when he's lifting,
Yeah, they twist.
and you're gonna break one or two or all of those wires. So she scolded him when he went to. That's why he's not going back,
Because you got yelled
because
at.
he got yelled at. He said, "I don't need this shit. I get enough of that at home." What's that? Oh, why'd she write "fuck around and find out"? I'm scared. Splain, darling.
I say probably about the don't cause any problems. and there won't be
Oh,
any
yeah.
problems.
Okay, probably. She'll tell me later.
They take the wire and they sew it through the cartilage.
Yeah, I don't need to. I don't need
Okay, you're
details.
making everything in my body cringe.
It's cool.
Yeah, I don't need.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, cool.
When they explained, I think it was Vinny, Missy, Mason, and I on one of the almost 9:00 in the evening adventures, and you found out what they did because there's, I guess, 3 different ways they can put together. One's wire, one's something else, and whatever. And Mason sat there in the waiting room watching a live, like a surgery
No, I
video
looked up-
of them
I
putting
looked
it.
up pictures
But then you started watching videos of them putting the wires into somebody.
the night before. It's a motorcycle on the freeway.
I was like, "There's music playing. Do you not hear this?"
The night before his surgery, I watched a full
Yeah.
video of them doing the surgery.
I would
Like-
not be able to eat again. I have too vivid of an imagination.
Yeah.
And he kept going. You want to see it? You want to look at it? And
It's
Vinny,
fascinating.
look, Vinny was purple when he went up those stairs. He was purple when he saw it.
Because Vinny was.
I puke in my mouth when I hear somebody like cough or clear their throat and I can hear mucus come up.
because
I
Vinny
can't
was
even think
pacing
about
around
that.
The room, and Ryan was on one side. Vinny's pacing on the other, and he's like, "I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it." Like, hold still, and you won't see it.
I think Missy watched a little bit of it with you. She
Yeah.
was the only person that was intrigued.
You can't see that and not be fascinated.
Why do you think I'm going to
Not
school
Really fascinated.
for the business part of a hospital?
And I'm going for the hospital part of the
Don't really
hospital.
need. I don't.
I
Really
don't want to know.
I don't want to know. Don't want to see it.
That's
No.
why you have a degree in dead
Con-
bodies.
Congratulations. Yeah, it's more of things moving. Once they're dead. It's fine. 'Cause
Yeah,
nothing
once they're
moves.
dead, it's fine. I always
It's-
wanted to do makeup on dead people
See,
or
I think that's morbid.
That's
and
fine.
hair.
It's
you
more of
know?
like if you're like the surgeon doing surgery and you're in there and everything's still moving and functioning.
Well,
That
if,
creeps
if
me
blood
out.
comes out,
Yeah.
or
Once you're dead, you're not getting any of that.
like I
Everything
was a
stops.
CNA and I could do that, with cleaning up people's bowels and
could never do that.
urine,
Dear God, no.
and cleaning out a tracheotomy. That's as far as I could go.
Ugh.
Oh, and I did have to do colostomy bags, but blood, pus, squirty things, nope, can't do it.
I would rather have to deal with wound vacs and rebandaging your amputated leg stump than wipe somebody's butt.
I can.
I took care of a woman who had her leg amputated just below the knee, and her son-in-law was her surgeon. Now, this is a story for you. So,
What?
no,
Tell it.
hang on, I'll tell it. So, she was a wonderful woman, but she was very stern on how she was cared for because, she still had the phantom pains and all this other stuff. You had to be extremely delicate moving her, transferring her from her bed to her chair, from her chair to the toilet, yada, yada, yada. And it got to the point, I when I first started working there, I was working with another CNA, and this woman, the patient, hated the CNA because she would just whip her around. And you don't do that. I mean, give people their dignity, give them respect, treat them how you would want somebody to treat your mother or your grandma. So she saw that I was more attentive and everything, so she'd always ask for me. And everybody gladly gave her up. And come to find out, her son-in-law was her surgeon. Well, the weekend before, he had made homemade salami and brought in sliced fresh salami. And I couldn't help but think about her leg and him being the surgeon. And I was like, that is just nasty. My mind is going, oh, would you like a slice of my leg sandwich?
Yeah.
And so when she offered it, I was like, oh, no, thank you. I can't eat salami, which is a lie. I mean, I couldn't for like a year after, but
It's salami. It's salamani.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
No. Can't do it.
I couldn't.
I can barely change. I will not change a litter box. So that's as far as
Oh,
my
there's a
extent
real
goes.
good trick to that. And I taught that to Wayne today because he's bored out of his mind. So I said, fine, you want something to do? You can empty the litter box.
He's really bored.
Because, we scoop it daily, but it gets dumped once a week and fresh litter put in. So I said, you take a big 30-gallon hefty bag, you slide it over the tray, and you dump it in. Without, getting it on the bottom of I showed him how to do it without getting it on the bottom of the bag or the litter tray. And you take the litter box, you put it aside, you take the bag, tie it up, you take it out to the trash, you come in, you put in fresh litter. Amazing, I mean, that he can actually do this now. And he's like, oh, I got to hear this person bitch about that person, this person bitch about that person, and I got to hear all this bitching all the time. I said, welcome to my world. I said, who do you think got to hear it on the phone every fucking day when you were at work? So he's gaining an appreciation for what I've been going through for just 20 years here, plus the 25 years before that we were married. Who's saying, oh, okay. I thought somebody put in a new comment.
Nope.
But yeah, I do believe that this was all the work of God.
Yep, definitely. It was definitely a quick wake up call that something's wrong and you need to figure it out.
Well, Ryan, you read my book, Fire Within Me, right?
Mm-hmm.
The part where Wayne and I first met. And I was like, I don't know. I was standoffish because
Oh, I was just thinking of the part where you guys would sit in his truck and talk.
reliving that now.
Yeah, that's literally what made me think of it. 'Cause she was talking about how they went out to lunch today, and
Well, like the
I'm like, I
first
wonder if they
time,
used to sit, if they sat in the car and just talked for hours.
the first time he ever told me that he loved me, I was like, yeah, okay, he'll be gone soon. You know, I just, with losing so many people in my life and my dad leaving when I was 2 and yada, 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 I was just like, it's not going to work, you know? I felt unworthy, you know, like I didn't even think God liked me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you guys were always very romantic because your guys' proposal to each other was
Yeah,
just as great.
One that people
Yeah,
strive for.
that was just as
What?
Forget
I
the-
want to marry you, damn it.
yeah.
Forget proposing
Yeah.
a love story
Yeah.
during a Taylor
Well, you
Swift
missed my
concert.
whole Marilyn Monroe thing where my dress blew up in the air and he came and swooped it back down again because everybody downtown, because this was at the,
Wasn't it the Fisker?
nope, not the Pfister. What was the Mark Plaza? The Mark Plaza Hotel downtown. That's gone now.
Mhm.
But all the people downtown got to see my undies that day, that night, I should
Good thing
say.
you were wearing some.
Yeah, could have been very different. Wouldn't have been
Should have
as
had 5 proposals.
Yeah,
And
but
I
it
didn't
wouldn't
have
have
to
been-
stand over an air vent to get that.
wouldn't have been as romantic.
Yeah.
I thought I was being mugged.
Why the lights out?
No, all of a sudden somebody just swoops your dress
Comes and
down and
swoops up
has
on
their
you.
arms around you. Hold your dress, he says.
Get suspenders on your ankles.
That'd be fun to walk with. Yeah.
Tie rocks to the bottom and then the inside.
Weighted pom poms.
I don't know. I think mine and your father's relationship has been better than Johnny and June.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It wasn't drugs or cheating.
No, no,
No prison sentences.
not mine, not his.
Yeah. True.
I don't know. It made us both appreciate each other a lot more. You know, now when I call him an asshole, I have to rethink that and go, yeah, you're an asshole, but I love you and I almost lost you. And if you ever try that shit again and try to leave me, I will piss on your grave.
Mhm.
I love you. He's like, I love you too, you idiot.
Don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining.
It's so stupid.
No, it's not.
What?
Don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. I don't understand it.
I think he was talking to the dog.
No, he says this all the time.
Yeah, it's usually my husband.
Oh, okay.
I think it's just a silence breaker. I don't know. Because I don't understand the logistics behind it.
But
Anyways.
anyway,
Talk about a silence breaker.
Yeah.
I am grateful to God for the husband that I have. I'm grateful to God for the kids I have.
Piece of eight.
And my bonus son, who was there throughout the whole thing and didn't have to be. Just like
Nowhere else was gonna be for those 7 days.
poor Candy had to take care of Nash up there, and you know,
Yeah, Candy was a real hero. She had to watch all the kids, and
yeah,
Do
she
that.
babysat when she wasn't there.
she never got a break.
Yeah,
She wasn't
I
there.
think
She was
when you-
watching everyone's kids so that people could go.
When you're in that position,
'Cause you can
I
have
feel
kids.
like you'd want somebody to do it if you were in that situation.
Oh yeah, yeah. But she definitely took the initiative of
She went above and
because when
beyond.
he was in the ICU, you couldn't bring kids. There were no kids allowed.
yeah.
So she definitely took the initiative of everyone bring their kids to my house. You guys go.
Oh, those
Yeah.
nurses in the ICU were bitches.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were.
That's typical.
cold fish,
Typical
just
ICU nurses, though.
cold, dead, no feeling in there. Dead as a graveyard.
They
That
were-
is the basement.
I think they were just irritated at the fact that two of you would walk out and then the phone would ring for two more to come in.
Yeah, and the fact that I had the number to the desk
Yeah.
inside of there, so I didn't
Oh,
even have to be in there.
I think that's the reason they moved him faster. It's because I think they were tired of you calling every 5 minutes.
I don't know how we got that phone number, but I got their phone
You
number.
got it from, I think before you went in, Robin gave us
Robin?
the phone number to that
She
desk.
did.
Robin was awesome.
I think she said he's going to be over here. Here's the phone number for when you guys get down there.
Because
Yeah.
like there was that phone.
Well,
out-
she saw the family unity, the bond, the
insanity.
yeah.
I think the ICU nurses were going to put a restraining order on you for stop calling.
Because like the phone outside of the room, Robin gave me that phone's phone number.
Yeah.
So that's what I would call. Because
Yeah.
like use that phone to call the nurse's station.
Yeah.
She gave me the direct line to the nurse's station. So that's what I would call 5 times a night to get an update on Dad.
Yeah.
Pretty much. It's a crazy week.
It's just been, and that was on June 23rd.
Yeah.
This is July 31st.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this all took place in the last month. And it seems like a year. It really does.
Just thinking about it, I'm tired.
Yeah.
And I want pizza.
Yeah. That's the only thing that I'm.
We got to go back to St. Luke's and say, hey,
Yeah,
and
that
get some pizza.
pizza was great.
No, but I really do want to get these baskets over to those nurses because every one of them deserved it.
They deserve a day of paid time off.
Yeah. They need a raise too because I seen some of those patients in there that
Mm.
were on their call light just nonstop.
Yeah.
I'm still in pain. I'm still in pain.
I think the guy next door, before he went into surgery, every time I walked down the hall, his light was on.
Oh, wow.
But also, did you notice that the whole time we were there, no matter what floor he was on, there was only one, maybe 2 other rooms that got any visitors throughout that whole
Oh
time.
yeah, there was no. I think most days we were the only people
Yeah.
out there. But it was the same, which is I was thinking about this afterwards, which is very weird to think about because I think it was you that said that we were the only people up there most of the time,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
which made me think because when we were at Waukesha Hospital, we also were the only people
Mm-hmm.
because that whole floor there was never another person visiting or anything for the 3 or 4 days we were there.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought about that on, I think it was the next day when we all were here after that. You said something, and I was like, that's true. I can't imagine your loved one being in a hospital and you don't show up.
Well, the first day, Robin came in and she's like, oh, I'm in the party room. And I thought she meant we were being too loud. So I kept telling everybody, shh, be quiet. And she goes, no,
'Cause
you're the
everybody's
only
here.
one. You're the only room where there's more than, 2 people in here,
It was definitely, I definitely opened my eyes a little bit about definitely how fortunate people are because there's those 2 experiences. There was a lot of people that weren't, even one of his, may she rest in peace. There was the lady, his last year, the night before he was discharged, who was in that double room that we all make fun of. She, what happened? She passed away in there. And it was the one who never, that double door,
Wow.
as soon as you walked in to the left, we never saw anybody in there ever.
She had no visitors at all.
And I was like, wow, that's really gives you a
That's
second.
like
family.
that 20-year-old guy that was in there. He didn't have any visit. He had one visitor in that whole week.
Because it made me think. Because I'm like, okay, think about your loved ones in a hospital. Yeah, I get it. Say you can't get off of work. Well, you work from 9 to 5. I'd be there at 5:05 if I couldn't make it, and on the weekends. And
I took off work for 2 weeks.
yeah, I'm saying like if you couldn't, you'd at least make it after work or on the weekend or something
Yeah. No matter, I don't know. I guess
before you go to work.
I have a different outlook on it because if my boss said you can't take the time off, I'd quit my job.
Yeah, exactly. But obviously,
Because why, Mason? Family comes first and
You-
fuck the
you know
rest.
the words.
Yeah. I And get another job. Can't get another dad.
That's right.
Yeah, it was just weird how, and it was his floor, the ninth floor he was on was everybody who went through that same surgery, which was very scary surgery, especially for that 23-year-old who was doing it.
But also
Yeah.
think about
And I'm like,
how-
for that 23-year-old, for his parents to not be there, for any if he
I
has
think-
any siblings
I
not to
think
be
his
there.
mom was there when he got admitted, but that was it.
Yeah.
When Mason got his appendix removed, I was there and overbearing.
Fanning the door because it was too hot. But I was still coming down from the anesthesia drugs, so it just made me vomit.
Yeah, you all
But then mom gave me like the little basin thing to throw up in. Well, the giant like
The
dish
wash
pan
bin,
thing.
yeah.
But then I was too embarrassed to vomit in front of her, so I just swallowed the vomit.
Oh, yuck.
yeah, it was definitely a very eye-opening experience. There was a lot of people there that were not as fortunate with
It
results.
makes you think about everything you take for granted.
Because Missy and I were in the waiting room when he was in the ICU, and we watched families go in and come out. They'd send a priest in, and they came out bawling, and we were like, "Wow, this is crazy."
And when there was that one family that was in there that you can tell that this is the first time they were up at the hospital, and these siblings do not talk to each other
No, it was really
because their mom was in the ICU and the priest was in there with her. They were out in the waiting room discussing who's getting what in her will,
yeah.
and then they went in with the priest, came out 2 minutes later with the priest, and then just left.
Oh,
There was
my
a lot of
God.
them there. I think there were two families that one night. With one was that, and one was the one who obviously lost somebody.
Yeah.
Well, you guys got to see the good, bad, and the ugly side of me when my mom died.
Well, it was a very stressful situation.
That was intense too.
I was laying on a hallway floor.
We
How
were-
stressful I was.
Although that hospital floor did wonders to my back. That was nice.
Yeah.
But that's kind of in
didn't have
situations
good
like that,
hospital food.
you kind of, I mean,
Well, I
So,
lost my mom on
it all-
January 27th. Wayne went in on June 23rd. Well, he went in on the 19th, but had surgery on the 23rd. I was like, I pray to God that you are not going to take my husband too. Losing two people in, less than 6 months of each
Mhm.
other. They would have had to put me in a padded room with pretty bracelets and
Grippy socks.
grippy socks.
Dad hated those grippy socks
Oh, yeah.
so much, but then he grew to like them.
Yeah, he said, grab some of those and bring them
Yeah,
home.
so
I
he
was
made
I
us
think we
grab
packed
some.
like 2 extra pairs.
His most exciting moment was when, after the second week, and I gave him back his phone because I know Wayne, he's all about work. That's all he talked about.
All he cared about was watching Facebook Reels,
No,
YouTube videos.
He just wanted to have that phone back. He said he felt like a 2-year-old that, somebody took away his phone. But I didn't want him doing business stuff.
Mhm.
Are we still on?
Yep, I just checked it.
Okay. You guys were looking at me like, oh God,
No,
you're
no,
talking
no,
to
no.
thin air.
No.
No, it was. Well, yeah, like also what you said, he was gonna. Even when Vinny would go up, he was trying to talk about what jobs are we getting? What did you quote
Mhm.
for this? What did you?
That's his work ethic, though.
I think we all
Did
need,
you call so and so? They're supposed to get a booking for a window job.
I think we all need a vacation this year.
Yeah, right. Who's going to take care of the dogs?
Our vacation's in October to see Annabelle. That's
Sure.
our vacation.
What?
Our vacation is when we go see the Annabelle doll.
Ryan Buell's going to be there.
Really?
Yeah. Missy alerted me
I
to
don't know. I'm a
that.
little nervous now.
Well, somebody had to step in because that one guy died.
Yeah, I'm a little
Well,
nervous
Ryan
now that her
Buell-
carrier died.
Ryan Buell's the one that was going to come out to Missy's
yeah.
house and my house.
You wanted to do an episode here.
Yeah, Missy talked to him personally.
Missy has his phone number.
Yeah, that would be interesting to do that too.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I said, I'm still like feeling like I'm outside of my body, like living somebody else's life right now.
There's many a times, it was probably the sleep deprivation, where I was like, this life is too chaotic to be real. If everybody's life is this chaotic, I don't know how those numbers aren't higher.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm sure, at least for you, that it was. I mean, there were days that I don't think you breathed.
Yeah.
I
Literally.
don't think you were breathing. You just were
It was
figuring
like,
stuff out, making sure he's good.
it was like 3 days post-op, and Haley texted us. She was like, so when can we take a sigh of relief?
Yeah.
I'm like, Haley,
Because even
he's
when,
good.
even going home, you couldn't stop thinking about
Well,
it. You
imagine,
had to
like,
sit there and.
Haley's position, because
I know. I felt
she
bad
has
for
kids, she has a dog, she has a cat,
her. And she's so far away.
and
she
she
can't just.
lives an hour and a half away.
Because I mean, besides her, the farthest person was Missy, which was an hour. We're all half an hour. We're 10 minutes, so it's not like I felt bad for Haley because hers is like an all day driving excursion to get down there.
Yeah.
Definitely for sure. But it was.
What was said?
Christy said, I'll take the dogs. They would miss you, though, after a day or two with this second-born one of mine, LOL.
Yeah, she's got one that's kind of like Haley's youngest, the one I call LF.
Yeah.
Oh,
I guess he's born to be wild too.
Born on the
But
wild
I
side.
mean, that's boys sometimes.
Haley couldn't even send him to 4K because she thought he was going to kill somebody.
Yeah.
He would be the one who would run around with a pair of scissors. Nobody knows where he got them, but he has scissors.
Yeah. I feel bad when I take her two older ones for the weekend and not him, but he just doesn't listen to me. He'll be like, bitch, back off.
I'll take Dalton.
You can take him all you want.
Yeah.
You can't tell me what to do. You're not my mom.
I can be very persuasive.
Yeah, me too. Like the time that what did he do in the backyard? Oh, he full fight stance came up at me.
What? No, he was going to hit you with a rake?
Something. I don't even remember what it
Shovel?
was. Something. And Dante stood back. He just watched because he was like, I know what my mom's going to do. And Dalton thought he was quicker. And nobody expected Granny to go running after a, 5-year-old kid. I caught up with him. I got him by the arm. Oh, no. First, didn't I have you? No, I had Dallas go one way and I went the other way. And Dallas caught him by the arm and I snatched him and I said, now you come with me. You're on the chair for 5 minutes. You're 5 years old, 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, you dumb bitch. I was like, oh, if you were my child, you wouldn't be able to sit down for 3 weeks.
I'd still be using a donut to sit.
Yep. I'd blister that ass.
But hey, that'd be well deserved.
Mr. Happy.
Mr. Happy.
Yep.
You don't got to get branded. You just got to mouth off to your mom.
Nah, I
Smiley
used to
face forever.
make the punishment worse. I'd say, go get the spoon.
It's like what is the other way where you had to go out and pick the
The
branch?
switch?
Yeah. They
Yeah.
make them go out
I
and
think-
pick what they're going to.
I think that was for slaves.
No,
No,
that was for kids.
Yeah, that was for kids.
Pick a switch.
No,
Never mind.
no, that was for kids.
Christy said something. Could you read it, please? I don't want to put my glasses on.
Literally found a spatula under his pillow. Like, bro, you're making food or trying to unalive me when you're sleeping?
Yep.
He's either
It's a
going to be an
wonderful age.
excellent chef or he's preparing for the worst.
He was going to spank you back.
Yeah.
See,
You got me. I'm going to get you.
That's when I would call the child SpongeBob for life.
Yeah.
Okay, SpongeBob, take
Yeah.
your spatula and go to school.
Mhm. Off to the Krusty Krabs you go.
Yep.
Oh, you're gonna make burgers? Make an extra one for me.
One time I told Tony to go get the spoon and he went in the kitchen and he's like, he's like fumbling. And he goes, I can't find it. I says, well, you either find it or I'm breaking off a table leg. You got the choice.
And all of a sudden the spoon appears.
I'd bring one of those like rubber kid spoons.
Yeah, here you go.
Here you go.
Oh, those hurt
Oh,
worse.
those are gonna hurt worse. Yeah, yeah. Those will hurt much worse.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
You can
I
get
was
a
a-
lot of power
I was a
behind one
good
of
kid.
those.
I didn't have to worry about that.
And you get one whack per age, per year of
year.
your age.
Oh,
If
see,
you're
I didn't know
three,
that was the
you got
rule.
3 whacks.
I didn't know that was the rule.
It's because your mom used a rolling pin.
Yeah, but there was no limit.
No.
Jimmy said, I'm going to call CPS. I said, go ahead. Show me your ass.
Oh,
Ooh.
no, I used to say that. I used to say that. I go, I'm gonna call CPS, and my mom would hand me the phone and say, "Dial it."
I said, call the cops and tell them to bring a body bag.
She'd hand me the phone, go dial it, do it. And she was like, "You don't think I'm joking? Dial it."
Yep.
Mhm.
And then I just be like, "No, it's okay." And she goes, "No, dial it. Here." She pull up on her phone, call this number. That's the number. Dial it.
Which one of my boys was it that said, I'm running away from home? And I packed their suitcase and I put them out on the front porch. And they stood there and cried.
I think we did. I think we
It was either probably Jimmy.
Mm.
Probably Jimmy.
Tracks.
I would say we just talked about that at my birthday dinner. How my brother would always smart mouth my mom when she was trying to make dinner. She would like say, "We're having this for dinner," and
Or,
he's
no, she'd say, "What do you want?" And he'd say, "I don't know. She's like, "What do you want?" He said, "Poop on a stick."
he said it in a very. He was like, "Just give me an effing poop on a stick." She walked out to the yard and picked up dog poop and
And
put it
then-
on a stick and
Oh
put it on
my
She
the
set up the
God.
table outside, like the patio table, because they were eating dinner outside.
Mhm.
And she set up the table. Everybody had, because his dad was out on like a 13-day China flight.
Mhm.
And she set up the table. Everybody had their plate, and Jacobs had a napkin over it.
Oh
And
god.
he pulled back the napkin, and it was a dog turd on a stick. She was
Wow.
like, "I gave you what you asked for. Stop crying."
Yeah, I guess I don't remember it, but she was like, he just started bawling, and she's like, "Oh, I got you what you wanted."
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Last time you asked for that.
No, she said it was because
Yeah.
he kept talking back to her.
Yeah.
She was like, "That was the last time he ever talked back to me ever again."
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't even need a rolling pin for that one.
Christy said, sounds like James. Yeah, he was my soft spot sometimes. It was very hard for me to do. See this chunky little kid standing on the front porch next to his suitcase, and I'm looking out the peephole, and he's like, "Mom, please, I love you. I'm just a boy."
That screams toxic.
Yeah. I said, "Okay, just a boy. Come in.
Is it a bruiser?
You ever gonna tell me you're gonna run away again?" He's like, "No, never. I'll never leave you." And look at him now. He left me.
I got one up on my mom when she. What did I do? I kept kicking her driver's seat, and she left me on the street. Told me to get out of the car, and I stood there. Drove around the block, and she came back, and I was gone. My dad was coming home from work and saw me on the side
Oh
of the road.
my
and picked me up.
god. Oh my
So I
god.
remember he pulled up and was like, "Why are you standing on the road?" And I was like, He
How
was
big
like,
was
"Just
her
get in."
heart attack?
She's like, "I rounded the corner, you were gone." She was like, she's like, "I jumped." It was like in front of an ice cream shop or something. She's like, "I jumped out of the car. I ran to the people like a giant patio across the street." She's like, "Have you seen my kid?" And they're like, "Yeah, some car picked him up."
Oh my god. 911.
Yeah, she's like, "I never did that again."
No, you're talking about when your mom went to go hit you with a rolling pin because you called her a
Oh,
B word.
And I hit her by
He
accident.
grabbed it out of her hand
hit
and
her.
hit her in the head somehow with a rolling pin.
No, we were fighting. We were running around the kitchen island because she kept. When she got, I liked to push her buttons and I liked to see how far I could go. And she would have, when you'd hit the button, the look on her face was just pure anger. And she was running around with me and she was like, "Come here, come here. No, I'm not going to hurt you. Come here, come here." And I fought it out of her. And accidentally whacked her with it.
Oh,
That was a fun time.
well,
And then
don't feel
she
bad.
went from anger to just pure rage.
Is that when she dented your life?
She
Don't
was
feel
not
bad. One
happy.
time, Jimmy thought he'd hurt my feelings. He said, "I'm going to kill myself, and you're going to have to clean it up." I said, "Really? They've got people that do that."
I remember that.
Yep.
Parenting.
Yeah.
The
Except for me, I
time,
don't have kids.
the time
so-
downstairs that he threw that big container of make your
Kool-Aid.
own Kool-Aid. You know, the pitcher of Kool-Aid. You could make several pitchers. He took the container of Kool-Aid and threw it at me and cracked my rib, and I lost my mind. And we had these antique,
Antique
wooden
wooden
golf
golf clubs.
clubs.
That's
Pool
cool.
sticks.
No, golf clubs.
Oh,
Because I didn't even know that I got up. I swear to God, I
she
don't know.
levitated.
I left my body, and
A demon came out.
Yeah.
Dad had tackled him onto the couch, and I beat the living shit out of him with a golf club, a wooden one. Broke it, grabbed another one, and just
I can
kept
guarantee
beating
you
him.
He still has splinters in his head.
Yeah, he had multiple lumps on the top of his head. And he was apologizing. "Mom, I'm sorry. I don't know why I did that." I said, "Well, I didn't know what I did either." Because, like me, he sees red and just loses his mind. It's a very, very mean Italian streak. And he is the male mirror image of his mother.
Closest thing I could think of is when I get hangry.
Yeah. Well, it's borderline.
I don't
yeah.
see red. I see tacos.
Yeah. You see Taco Tuesday specials.
Taco Tuesday.
Had that today. Hence,
I think.
hence the pretzel.
Yeah, that pretzel was good.
Well, then they took me to the hospital because I couldn't breathe. Because I don't know how I didn't breathe when I was beating the hell out of him with a golf club. But they took me to the hospital, and then they had to start prepping me because they thought that my spleen was ruptured.
Mm-hmm.
And then they gave me drugs, and which
Morphine.
is morphine, which is the worst thing to give me because then I puke like a dog for 4
Mhm.
days. And when I came home, he was like, "I'm so sorry, Mom. I'm so sorry." And I told the hospital that I was working on the house and I fell off the ladder and hit my ribs on a
As
board.
there's an imprint of the Kool-Aid Man on her rib.
But
But
yeah,
he
it
smelled
was
yeah.
Oh yeah.
it was something. And he goes, "Well, if it helps, I've got 5 lumps on the top of my head."
I didn't get the anger streak.
Yeah, I don't know. Vinny did.
Dear God.
Vinny, Jimmy.
Desi.
Desi.
Not Dante.
No, Dante doesn't want to fight unless provoked.
Yeah. Haley
Um,
used to be a fighter. Then she
Eh,
had kids. Kids softened Haley.
Haley's never been in a fight a day in her life.
Yeah, she has.
With you,
No, in high school.
never.
I
Never.
think it was only a
Missy.
No, I think Haley.
Missy beat a girl up. She jumped off the bus. The bus driver sat there and watched Missy beat the living shit out of that one Holly chick.
I think that Haley's were only verbal fights, though.
Yeah, she's a verbal one.
I don't even care to do that. I got too much fish to fry.
No, I'm 62 and I'll still throw down like an inmate.
I don't think anybody's worth my time. Oh, that sounded so egotistical. My bad.
Toxic.
Well,
No, I just refuse. I spent my whole life being bullied, my whole childhood being bullied. And as an adult, I will not take it. I'll beat up a guy. Don't disrespect me.
I'm just really good with the comebacks. I don't have to throw hands.
Yeah.
I'll make you cry and kill yourself
And smile.
and smile.
Well, I kind of did that to one of Missy's exes.
Oh, I know. I remember that when he blew his brains out.
Yeah. That was just a verbal bitch slapping. What? Um,
No, it was,
yeah, I don't know. We just were a very dysfunctional but functional family. Does that make sense?
well,
Dysfunctional, but
Dysfunctional in the way that
mm,
we're not even that dysfunctional. We're just
No.
quirky.
yeah, I'd
We're-
say
we're-
quirky, but I don't know, close come together because like that whole week everyone was together and
But that's the thing is
Fine.
like some of us aren't even like close, but like when duty calls,
we just have sparkling personalities with a twist.
yeah,
yeah,
when duty calls, we will all be there as one big shadow.
As one of Missy's other exes found out, come in the driveway and talk shit.
And
Haley's-
jumped through your window.
Haley jumped through the window to beat him, and we chased down the car. We were pounding on the car and screaming at him, and yeah, he didn't come back ever
He doesn't
again.
like her anymore.
he doesn't like who Haley.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Or Missy.
Oh, he doesn't like
Oh,
me either.
man.
But you know what? I ain't losing no sleep over
I
that.
was gonna say how
I'll
sad.
sleep bare naked so you can kiss my ass.
I'm sure Haley and Missy have sleepless nights for that reason.
Yep. Don't we sound like a fun bunch? Aren't you glad you're coming into this family?
Everyone's got their quirks, but
There you
guys are very tight knit, as proven in definitely in the last, like you said, 6 months between the two big family. I don't know. I don't like
Tragedies.
using. I didn't want to use that word. And I didn't want to use emergency, but like the two times that like there's always going to be in every family that moment where you have to like band together, strong front.
Yeah.
And it's kind of pretty much immediate. No one really is like, oh, I don't want to do it. I don't want to go, blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm
Well-
sure there's some families out there be like, oh, I can't stand by her or him or.
Yeah. Well, I thought that my mom's passing was eye-opening. This one was beyond eye-opening. This one kicked me in the ass.
Yeah.
It really did.
It was definitely, I don't know if it was more eye opening because it was longer or if it was more eye opening because either longer or because more stuff was going on. Like I said, very much was a roller coaster that week. Or if it was just like, because even for your mom, we all were there.
Oh yeah.
But like, I know at least like we missed the end. But this one was like, and I think that's kind of where it stemmed from because we would not leave because I think definitely Mason still has an issue at the fact that he missed the end of that one.
Yeah, me too. How did I get lost when I've been to that hospital 300 times?
I got lost every time went to it. The only person who knew how to get there was Desi.
And then when you look up Waukesha Memorial Hospital, it takes you to Delafield or some shit.
Yeah, because that was the first night she went in.
Yeah.
I think Missy called me and told me the address, and Mason called you and said we were here, and we weren't even at the right hospital.
Yeah.
It came up because in my phone it comes up as two of them, two different areas, and I was like, well, this one has the name of it, but they both have the same name, but it's weird. It keeps wanting to send you to the different one. We pulled up and it was like, it wasn't even a hospital because it was like just dark and closed, and we were like, oh, we're not here.
Well, when I took Wayne to his cardiac rehabilitation to get bitched at by that nurse for doing too much, I right away in contacts I put Waukesha Memorial Hospital and then the address so that if there's ever
Yeah,
an
we can
emergency
just-
again, because when Marie called me and told me you got to get here now, my brain just turned to jello, and I was like driving, and I'm like, I know it's around here somewhere, and I wasn't really that far off, but
Mm-mm.
I took a wrong
you
turn
got
at
lost in a
Albuquerque.
subdivision, just going around and around, and we had to come find you.
Send a search party.
And you didn't even like.
I
you
had
were
to ping you.
Yeah, because you were so like, don't want to say mentally out of it, but kind of.
Yeah.
That you couldn't even tell me what streets you were on. I was like, what's around you? You said houses. It's like, great. Find houses in Waukesha. So then good thing I have your location on my phone. I
Yeah.
just tracked you down.
Well, what everybody neglects is the fact that when Marie called, I was on the phone trying to get my mom a grave in a very hard to get into cemetery
And hard to get a hold of.
and very hard to get a hold of. And I couldn't just be like, bitch, can you wait? I got another call,
Yeah.
you know?
I got a call online too.
Yeah. No. I mean, I had to beg, borrow, and steal to get my mom this grave.
And then nobody wanted to tell you that it happened because then you wouldn't have been able to drive. So then
Yeah.
Yeah, because
you just got the call, so you probably didn't think that there was like
which
a super rush.
Which
on
I
that.
didn't-
Well, no, she said, you got to get here now.
which I didn't realize because when we left, we knew already.
That's because Desi
Because
called
you
me.
weren't driving, I was.
I would
That's why
not have
she's-
been able to
But
drive.
that's why she said it on our way out. Because you knew that.
Very few people have ever seen me that big of a mental case. And I think that's why after I lost my mind over my mom's dead body, and freaked the fuck out, I didn't even know there were people in the room. And then I turned and I saw Sam and I saw you guys. And I was like,
You booked it out of that room.
yeah, that was just sheer pride down the toilet. And I went to the lounge, threw the door open, scared the hell out of everybody in there.
Mm-hmm.
And because I was hoping it was empty, it was usually empty, but nope, there sat my stepdad, my sister, my brother. And I went, oh, and I turned around and I booked for the elevator. I didn't know where the fuck I was going.
Meanwhile, I'm trying to chase her.
I remember I just stayed in the room.
Mm-hmm.
I've never cried like that in front of anybody.
Then you got down to the entrance of the hospital, and then you sat at a bench by the door.
Had to catch my breath. Good old emphysema. Thank you.
Mhm.
I can't make a dramatic exit. I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know where to go.
Yeah. So I was like, there's no way she can drive right now.
Mm-mm.
She couldn't find her way home anyway. I didn't know where I was going.
Yeah.
If this thing pops up one more time for Norton.
We remember that day every day from the that's on the side of the
Yeah,
car.
I know. Yeah,
Huh?
I will never let me forget her because
Because we pulled
the
it.
day that happened when Ryan was like half in a parking spot right next to you just to get me out of the car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I was just trying to.
Somebody door dinged me.
Because I
I have a dent in my
I
car.
flew in next to you, and he was
A brand new car.
he's trying to
Yeah.
get out, and I was like, I got out. I remember I looked back at the car, and I was like, you know what? I'll come back out in 10 minutes and move it. Let's get him up there first.
It was literally still half in like.
And I
the
came
road of
out,
the
and
parking lot.
there was a dent in the door, and I was like, oops.
Which I don't understand because I think Mom was the only person parked next to me.
Other side. No, it was the other side.
Don't blame me.
It's either you, not you. Oh, it was either at the No, it definitely happened.
It was at the hospital because I remember seeing it, and I was like, oops. Because I think I was just like, we'll get them both in there. I'll come back out in 10 minutes and back the car
I
up.
really
Like,
just
let's just
added-
get them in there.
Salt to the injury.
Yeah.
Yeah, still has
Yep.
a dent.
And I remember walking in, not knowing that she had already passed.
It
I
seems-
walked in that emergency room and I turned left to go down that hallway to the elevator. And I saw Missy coming towards me and I was like, oh, she's just going out for a cigarette. And you know how your brain tries to put band-aids on things real quick. Like, oh, nope, you don't see no
Yep.
blood. You don't see no blood.
Mhm.
And the closer she got, my brain started going, she's going out for a cigarette. My heart said, nope, it's too late. My brain said, no, bitch, she's going out for a cigarette. Just stick with the story. Stick with the
Stick
storyline.
with the plan.
Stick with the plot.
And then I saw tears pouring down her face. Oh. And then I ran.
Once I saw that Missy had you, I went booking. I don't even remember taking the elevator.
I don't either.
You did because
I know. I
Well, yeah, I know.
I
took
was
the
wearing
elevator,
those
but-
pants those jeans that I bought from Timu that I kept going fucking Timu, because they make you ride side saddle. They're crooked, and I remember running like Forrest Gump, and just big heavy jacket on because it was winter. Yeah,
it was winter.
not one of my more graceful or beautiful moments. Tears running everywhere, hair flying, pants on crooked.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That hospital was also a lot weirder than St. Luke's.
That hospital's trash.
Oh yeah.
I think it was. No, it was probably the night before. Wasn't that the guy that was sitting by the exit door?
Yeah, the guy, yeah, who,
I walked by. So all of a sudden, he's just sitting there
I
talking
think
to
he was
himself,
homeless.
Yeah.
and I'm like,
He peed all over the
he's
waiting
just
room
sitting
chair.
in the chair.
Just peed
Yeah.
all over the floor. There was handfuls of hair on the floor because he was ripping his
Ripping it
hair out.
Oh my god.
And of course, I'm sitting there and I'm walking down the hall. That long dark hallway that always had like one light on. And
Flickering.
I see some guys sitting there, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll just go through the door. I got close to him, and I'm in my head. I'm like, the Band-Aid. I'm like, well, there must be a leaky pipe somewhere. So I'm like, wow, one of these pipes is really
I walked
gushing
into
out
the
water.
front door. I said, I smell human urine.
Oh.
Yeah, because I went to go get you, and I was like, oh yeah, one of their pipes is really bust a leak in it.
Yeah, we've been through some shit the past 6 months.
2025.
And I swore to God after my mom died there that I would never step foot in that hospital again. I don't care if I have 3 limbs severed. Do not take me to Waukesha. And then Dad's cardiac rehabilitation thing is right next door.
I've been there. I pointed that out actually when we were
Yeah,
there.
And I was like, no, this isn't it. She said you have to go in the hospital. He goes, nope, it says cardiac care or whatever.
Yeah, it's
said.
right by the emergency room parking lot.
Yep. And I was like, damn it, why do I have to come back here again? I swore I never would, you know?
Well, besides when you had to take the Bible back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I still can't believe you did that. I would have just plead the fifth. And
Even
walked
your
out.
mom said, I would have just
I would
would've
have
stole that
I would have
Bible."
walked out.
My brother was like, oh, they said there was a Bible missing and
You
Yeah,
weren't. You weren't
they
the one. You weren't.
reported it.
You weren't the one who was going to be in trouble for it. I was the one on camera who went in there and took it.
They have boxes of
That's
hundreds
what
of
I
those
said.
Bibles.
There
I
was
know.
when I
That's what the nurse said when we
when I
returned it.
walked in there. It was yes. There was an altar. There was one very beautiful gold wrapped Bible thing. I
That's
didn't
for the
take.
priest.
Yeah, I didn't take that one. It was just a red normal Bible, and
And
there was probably about 8 of them in the
we
room.
needed a Bible for her last rites. So,
And then
Even before that, I just wanted her to have one there.
Yeah.
yeah.
there was like 8 of them in the room, so I didn't see a problem with just. And the receptionist downstairs was like, brought me up to it, and she was like, just take one of these. I was like, okay.
Do you still have the rosary from the priest?
No, I buried her with it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I think she said that.
Oh, okay. That was his rosary that his mom gave him when he became a priest.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I asked him, do you have a spare rosary?
Yeah.
Because I want her to have a rosary.
hmm
And he's like, yeah, hang on a second. And then he brought it to me. And then I went blank. I didn't hear what he said, you know.
Yeah, it was like the one his mom gave him.
Yeah. The day
Because
he
I
got-
think you asked, you're like, well, do you need it back? And he was like, no, that's okay.
Yeah,
Hold
I
on
don't
to
think
it.
you were there when he told that story.
Oh,
I
well,
think
he
you
probably
already,
saw what a basket case
I
I
think you already
was.
brought it into Yaya, and he didn't want to just like last rites and dash. So
Yeah.
he stood in the hallway making conversation with me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was talking to everybody who was walking by.
Yeah.
He kept just saying, hey.
Yeah. So he explained that he's been doing it for like 35 years.
Yeah.
And asked about my schooling, your schooling, stuff like that.
And is that chick over there always a mental case?
Do you
given
know that
the
lady?
circumstances, I don't blame you.
I don't blame you either.
When I was a mental case when Dad just had to go in for surgery.
Yeah, because it was the day that he went in and we weren't gonna make it.
Well, like I said,
We were here at the house waiting for Haley because we were gonna be on time, but they took him early.
I also have this little toxic
It's probably on the
trait
cameras outside of him just losing his
that
marbles.
when something is happening, because I don't know, I kind of have to make myself cry to feel better. Because, like, if I don't cry, I get such a built up pressure in my head.
yeah.
So I listen to sad songs that relate to the situation to make myself blubber like
Yeah.
a baby.
I don't have to
Yeah.
do that. God does that for me because as soon as I got in the car that night to go home, Jelly Roll was on the friggin' radio singing I Am Not Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I blubbered
That's
all
a
the
good
way home.
percentage.
No, when Dad was going in, I listened to, which probably bad. It was a song about his dad dying. The "How Do I Say Goodbye" song.
Yeah.
You were, I think it was, we were here at the house waiting for Haley, and Missy called and told you he was going in.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting in the chair out front just waiting. And all of a sudden, it was just a very quick downward. You were just losing it. And then Haley showed up. Then you got mad at her. And then we picked up Desi. You got
Oh,
mad
I
at her.
was so angry.
And then we all three of us sat in the car, and none of us. Haley would say something, Mason would be like, just give off like a glare. So all three of us just sat there like this in the car, not speaking the whole way there because he was just.
Apparently, I don't have to say words when I'm angry. My silence speaks
Yeah.
loud enough.
Because
Oh,
Haley,
yeah.
we were there, and I think in the back seat, Haley was like, "So, what's new with you guys?" And you looked at her, and she was like,
Haley and Desi just had their heads pressed to the window like a dog.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I got to find Jelly Roll and have words with him because when I was leaving the hospital the first night from Dad going in, Somebody Save Me came on by Jelly Roll too.
So tell him to stay off the radio.
Yeah. That guy, he's just
He's
like,
everywhere. He's everywhere.
His songs are just so emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of his music, but
Oh, I can't stop listening to him now.
I'm not the biggest fan, but he has had a very interesting life so far.
well, yeah, him and Bunny are crazy.
But like, it's just.
I love her podcasts.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I wish I looked like that and I didn't have a face for radio. Because I would love to have a podcast like her.
I like her and
I like how blunt she is and she just says it the way it is. I thought I was the only one that dropped F-bombs and called people "see you next Tuesdays" and
one
Tuesday.
person that's a little more mild. You wouldn't probably listen to it. It's the Call Her Daddy podcast. It's a good podcast.
I've never heard it. Who is it?
Mm.
I forgot her name. That's not Alex Earl. No, that's Alex
Mm.
Cooper.
I don't know. I don't
I think her name's Alex Cooper.
know. I don't listen to that.
She's like
podcast.
30.
A
I
baby.
listen to the true crime podcast.
But she's I like her podcast. No, I don't. I honestly don't. I say this on one. I don't like podcasts.
Oh, I do.
But just
They're
listening.
okay.
Oh, thanks. What are we on now?
I'm not. I don't listen to it.
I listen to like the true crime ones.
No, I can only. I think this might be a little bit of autism. I can't just sit there and listen to it. I have to be able to watch the podcast.
No.
Well, that's what everybody told me when I first started doing this. They were like, "Oh, show your face." I don't want to. I'm hiding. I could do a podcast in my underwear and not have to worry about it.
None of
I
you
don't
would
care
know.
about, I don't want to worry about what people think about how I look. I don't want
I
to
feel
think
like that'll
about,
just add a stress factor that will take away from the authenticity of
Yeah.
the podcast.
yeah.
Don't worry, she's not doing that right now. We wouldn't be
Yeah,
here.
she has pantalones on.
Yeah.
I have my bloomers on.
Yeah.
Yes.
She got her Temu britches on.
Actually, I am. I'm wearing the same pants at the hospital that I wore at the hospital that night.
We lost half our viewers.
Oh no,
Mm.
they're all gone.
Yeah. Well, we have
But-
gone for an hour and a half.
I like to
2 hours.
say what I want to say,
Over.
not care about who's judging my hair or judging my makeup or, you know,
But also, I do see where it might add to the podcast. Because when people
yes, that
are-
was a deep sigh.
Oh yeah. Surprised you didn't say anyways. Um, because like when certain people are saying stuff, just like each other's facial reactions to what that other person is saying, I
Mhm.
feel like could add a little bit of comedy to it.
Everyone can see you go.
And
Well-
you can see Poppy dancing right now.
Going this way.
When I was going to RCIA, which was a class before I could get confirmed and stuff, I went with Missy, and there was a priest at St. Mary's Church. His name was Father Dominic. He was a visiting priest who would come in and do very special situations. And he thought that mine and Missy, me and Missy doing our baptism and confirmation and everything together, excuse me, was the perfect opportunity for him to come there. And I think he was sent there by God for a reason. Right from Italy, right from the Vatican, very, very strong Italian accent. He's Sicilian. And in order to understand him, you had to listen really closely,
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why I do the podcast without the visuals, is because if you want to hear what I have to say, you're going to listen. You're not going to sit there and go, oh, what'd she do with her hair this week? Or, oh, look at all the blush she's wearing. Or, oh, I don't like her eye makeup. I don't care, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to what I have to say. If you don't want to hear me, there's the button, turn it off.
Yeah.
I'm here to say what I feel and to reach out to people and make a connection. If I can help one person get through something similar to what I'm going through, then amen. I don't look horrible for 62, but I know I'm 62. I have mirrors all over my house, and that's why we're doing the audio, not the visual.
That's just because you're in your head.
Yeah.
I'm always in my head.
Get out of your head. Actually,
Yeah.
no, you're in other people's heads. You're worried about
When
what they
you're
think.
raised by somebody who tells you you're a worthless piece of shit and that you're never going to amount to anything and you're an ugly little bitch, and when you get bullied in school, words do stick.
I mean, I haven't been called the greatest names in my life.
By who?
Not by you.
I was going to say, I build you
No,
up.
Yeah, I'm saying
I build my children.
No, like society in general.
Poppy's sitting here going, I was just called ugly a couple hours ago.
Because she peed on the rug.
Not me, the dog.
Yeah.
It's not that podcast.
No, we're not doing that kind of podcast.
I'm concerned about what kind of podcast you think it is, but that's okay.
Sure, there's more.
Anyways.
And I don't know, when I was little, I used to watch these old-timey movies where they didn't have TV, they only had radio, and you'd listen to a story on the radio. And I was like, that had to be so amazing, because I'm a visual person. I can read a book and I can visualize it.
Oh, yeah.
I can listen to somebody talking and I can picture it. And plus, being an empath, I can pick up on exactly how that person feels.
I realized like a month ago, I'm a very visual person.
Yeah.
So even like doing like
I'm getting a cough drop. Sorry. Okay, I'm good.
even like I talk with my hands a lot. I do a lot of like hand gestures, and like if I'm talking about a box, I will make the shape of a box or whatever.
You know what? You're Sicilian, baby. Your
Yeah.
hands do most of your
But I'm
talking.
a visual Sicilian, apparently. So I realized that I might be more visual than other people because I do a lot of hand motions, and I realize people probably don't know what I'm envisioning in my
Yeah.
hands.
Oh yeah. Like I'll
So
be
I probably just look
explaining to
stupid.
Dad what I want him to build. And I'm like moving my hands around like this by this and about that tall. And I'm like moving my hands and he's like, draw it.
Because you just made a diamond with a roof. I need
Yeah.
blueprints.
My new thing is I want shelves under my bathroom sink, you know, directly under the sink where the pipes are. I need-
don't know. I don't go through your drawers.
Thank goodness.
I assumed there were shelves down there.
No.
Well, in the cabinets next,
The
you
two
know, the
side
two
cabinets.
outside
Oh.
cabinets, yes. But directly under the sink, it's just this big square with this roundy pipe. And I want to build shelves around the pipe so that I can fit more neatly in there. If you look under my kitchen sink, it looks like Dad's garage. Everything is just thrown in there because you're cramming and cramming.
You can build something, otherwise they sell it on Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to get the right dimensions and
I'm trying to think of like, wasn't my place on Wilson, were those shelves or were those boxes that were under the bathroom cabinet that clicked together and I guess-
Shelves.
were they shelves? Because they like
Yeah.
snapped together and you didn't
I
have
for
to
sure went
build.
through all those cabinets.
No privacy. But no, I think those were like, I think they're from Target. They just click in and then
Oh,
they
you just added
expand.
$30 to the price, but yeah,
Target.
Target's
Target.
expensive.
Yeah, I know, but
I don't shop Target.
Honestly, they don't have good stuff at Target.
No.
I'd rather go to Ross.
Oh, don't go to Walmart. Everything's made for 95-year-old women that have bad taste. They're blind in one eye and can't see out of the other. There you go. There's my commercial for Walmart.
Yeah. Save money, live better.
Save money, live ghetto.
no, Ross. Ross is the place to go.
Ross is good.
Mhm.
It's like a bougie Goodwill. Nothing's used, but it looks like it would be.
That's true. They have some.
I
things in
miss
there.
the mall. The smells of walking into the mall, like right before Christmas.
Yeah.
Nope.
You can smell the candle shop. You can smell the perfume counter.
Cinnamon pine cones.
Oh my God,
You
Cinnabons.
guys must have been going to some really nice malls.
Not really. We just didn't live in Chicago.
I was just saying, malls.
Well, Southridge used to be good in its day, but Brookfield Square was where it was at. And
Brookfield Square is still where it's at.
I mean, no, there's hardly any stores. It's a freaking ghost town now.
Yeah.
I know. I
All
love
the
it,
malls are a ghost
'cause
town.
there's the
No,
three
there's
sto-
no stores. There's
No.
3 stores that are open.
But the 3 stores that are there are 3 stores that I would buy stuff from.
Oh yeah.
And there's not the hooligans hanging out. in
See,
the mall.
Mason has his mom's taste, champagne taste and a beer budget.
I'm
And
working on
That
that.
was a nice way to put it.
I see things and I go, oh, pretty. How'd that get in my cart? Oh, I get like shopper's amnesia. I'll get out to the car. I'll put everything in the hatch and of the Jeep. And I'm driving and I'm like, what the fuck did I buy? How did it come out to $782?
That was me after I just spent $500 at Sam's Club today.
Yeah, been there.
But also, I bought like 45 pounds of meat.
There you go.
We've got the meats.
Oh yeah.
I thought you were going to put that in my spare freezer in the garage.
We were going to, but then we realized we had nothing in our freezer to begin with, so
Yeah.
we had the room.
I emptied out the small freezer,
Oh, we-
crammed it to the nuts
still-
Don't
in
worry,
my big
in
one.
about a week and a half, we're doing another
No,
grocery haul.
we still may need it because I just looked at my phone and tomorrow we're going down to Illinois and I was told to bring coolers for frozen stuff.
Okay.
So I'm sure.
Do you need coolers?
No, I have
No, we have
coolers.
like 8 of them.
You guys are no fun. Oh, speaking of no
Everyone
fun, try
wants the
shopping
cooler.
with Dad.
Whoa.
I'm like, Wayne, this shirt would look good on you. I don't like it. I'm like, Wayne, it would look good on you. He's like, we can't afford it. I'm like, Wayne, it would look good on you. And he's like, just put it back. I'm like, you're no fun to shop with at all. Or I'll see flowers or something. I don't know. Anything I look at. He's like, we don't need it.
I just say, do we have to have it, or do you want to have
I
it?
think that's the only thing I miss about the way things used to be, 8 months ago.
What?
I'd go shopping and I'd buy what the fuck I want.
Now
Now,
you have a ride along.
yeah, now I've got a toddler.
I just get. I'm always like, do we need it?
Do we need
It's
it, or do we just
expensive.
want it?
We went to Menards day before yesterday.
I also get tired of shopping. Within about 10 minutes of being in a store, I want to be out.
I like shopping in the garden center,
Me too.
and I found a ceramic mushroom, and it's got a frog on top doing the peace sign.
Mhm.
Yeah, I bought it. It's out in my yard.
Oh yeah, I saw your new welcome sign.
Yeah, the gnome.
Yeah, I'll tell you about that later.
Why? Just say it.
We found something out.
Found out some interesting.
We found out a very
things.
interesting.
Oh no!
thing.
Please don't tell me it's about swingers.
It is.
It is, and it's gnomes.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, the gnome's got to go.
But your mom's. It was something about like upside down gnomes.
Yes, it was because I was
Don't
I've
hang
got.
it
I've
upside
even
down.
got a gnome out in my yard that's mooning you.
I know, and it just looks ready for business.
Yeah.
But I love my gnomes.
Maybe put pants on them.
Get the
And
little
ju-
Timu.
Just don't put them upside down, because
It was something.
What did
around
Christy say? I missed.
the Johnson Creek Outlet Mall welcomes you. It's the best.
that. I've never been.
Yeah, but my bank account is declining.
Where is the
Desi-
Johnson Creek Mall?
Desi and Sam went there, and they went to the.
Where is it? Waukesha?
Guessing it's in Johnson Creek.
I don't know, I've never
Um,
I'm not.
no,
familiar.
it's not that far away. I think it's like 45 minutes away. But Desi and Sam, if it's the one I'm thinking of, Desi and Sam went there, and they have like the outlet malls, like the outlet stores there, like
Yeah.
the Nike outlet store, and I guess stuff is pretty discounted there.
Oh, okay. See that I'm good for. Good deal.
Yeah, me too. Especially since how I like expensive
Not the-
things
Not the full.
like designer bags and name brand colognes.
Yeah. that
not
was the other one.
not the shit you buy at the dollar store that burns when you put it on.
Both of those are ones that we
Yeah,
talked
the
about at
upside
your
down
birthday dinner.
pineapple was one, and then there was.
The stars.
Y'all
the
leave my
gnomes.
gnomes
But the
alone.
only reason we got on the conversation was because somebody was talking about the villages in Florida with the loofahs. You tie them to your golf
Yeah,
cart, and
it's a
each
swinger
color
village.
each color means a different thing,
Oh,
and that's how we
Lord.
got on this because somebody said,
45 minutes away.
somebody said, did you know the loofahs at the villages in Florida? Each color means something else. So of course, granted, I was guilty because I had a couple drinks in me, so I was like, "Oh, that's hilarious! I'm gonna look it up and see which
We
one
looked up
means."
what each color meant.
So I'm sitting there at the table. I'm like, "Oh, that's funny," and then we got into everything else.
Well, that's not fair. I like my gnomes.
Just don't put them upside down.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's pretty much any object.
And
upside
don't
down.
put
Well,
star
they
in
hold
them.
a special
Or
story in
loofah
my heart.
color. You got to if you have a loofah, you got to
What
tell us
color's
what
your
color
loofah?
it is because we know what it all
Well,
means.
you don't use.
I don't
loofahs.
use loofahs.
Mine's
Those are
black,
horrible for
and
your
that means full
complexion.
swing.
I thought that was watch.
No, you perv.
There was it's like
I
every
say that, but mine's full swing.
yeah, it's like, and you looked like I looked it up just on Google, so great, love having that on my search history. But it was like the pictures were like golf carts. They tied them to like door
Yeah.
handles.
Mm.
Like it's supposed to tell everybody like, hey,
Open for business.
it was crazy. It still is.
Okay, so I've got a funny yet sad story to tell about my gnomes.
Oh, Christy said it. Red is full swap, blue is soft swap.
Wait,
Is that it?
Mine's black.
No, I know. Remember the red and the blue, what they meant, but those were like the two extreme.
Why are we
ones.
even worried about loofahs?
It was so interesting. You can't help but like think about how, first of all, how that started. Second,
Same
of all,
with flamingos.
yeah. Second
Pink
of
flamingos. in
second
your
of all
yard.
is how like I don't know, just like somebody had to have sat in their house and been like, I'm so determined to do this. I'm going to create a whole system. And that's like, I was just like that, to have someone just sit there and be like, I'm gonna create a whole entire system to let other people know, just made me sit there and be like, that is really weird that someone did that. A lot of people just, go shopping or do something, not
Yeah,
create a whole
exactly. Couldn't think
system.
of anything more constructive.
Yeah.
So the funny yet sad story. So I've always liked gnomes and I've always had them out in my yard. And my son Jimmy was going through a bout with alcohol. I guess he was drinking a lot at the time. And he's got a very bad temper. Like I said earlier, he takes after his mother. And instead of taking it out on people, he would get mad at me or something, and he'd be like, fine, bitch, or whatever, and he'd flip the table and he'd knock plants over. And I'd wake up the next morning and I'd go out there and there's like beer cans all over the freaking yard. And I'm like, okay. So I'd get the bag, the garbage bag out, and I'd start throwing the beer cans in and cleaning up his little mess after one of his little tizzies. And he'd come home after work and he'd be like, yeah, sorry about last night. And I'm like, what? And he says, I got mad at you. I says, well, I'm not even worried about it. I'm too pissed off at these gnomes right now. And he's like, why? And I said, well, they had a fucking party out here, beer cans everywhere, dumped over my table, knocked over my plants. I said, those little sons of bitches. I said, they better find another yard to haunt. He's like, yeah, real funny, Ma. But that's how a Band-Aid, I've always done that. I've always put Band-Aids on my boo-boos, and I'm about to have another one. Yep, that's just the way my life goes. One boo-boo after another. Be nice now.
She just put her cigarette out on her microphone.
Well, that was God telling me to give up the cigarettes.
And that's not the worst part.
I'm sober.
That's the second cigarette burn on that microphone.
Yeah, eat a bag. But yeah, I don't know. What?
We've been out for 2.5 hours.
Well, I talk a lot.
No, I don't care.
You gotta let go of the plastic.
Shut up.
You gotta learn to let go, woman.
Also, red chairs turned backward at the beach are full swap. How do you know all this shit,
That
Christy?
concerned me too.
I'm like kind of worried about you, and I'm thinking about getting you an intervention.
With no
Oh
red
my God!
chairs.
Nobody told Missy she's got blue chairs.
Missy's on.
What does that mean?
Missy's
I don't
listening.
know. I know she's listening. Missy's
Christy, what do blue chairs mean?
yeah, Missy's got blue chairs in her backyard. She painted them blue.
There's nothing sacred anymore.
No.
I'm just gonna bring a pew to the beach.
Yeah.
Hey, I got one.
Yeah,
hanging
take
out
the
in
one out of the
garage.
garage.
Yeah. We're all just waiting for the answer.
Yeah, I know. I'm
we're all
sitting
just
here
looking at the
looking
chat
at my
waiting.
my laptop, going, "Come on, Christy,
Where's the
what
answer?
do blue chairs mean?"
Okay. Anyways.
Anyway, we went from talking about
We went from mom crying to about dad.
dad
To swinger
Talking
color
about
the
coding.
colors.
Talking about Yaya and
Yeah.
but that's how it always works in this is we walk into the studio to do a podcast and we're going, the theme is this tonight, and then we always are about 6 themes in the
'Cause
other
we all-
direction.
We all have unmedicated ADHD.
Yeah. We always like, we're going to talk about the hospital and how that week was for all of us and how we all stuck together, and then we
Yeah.
always go like 6 subjects over, and we're like,
It's
oh.
like a tree.
Yeah.
It starts
But
as
like
something
I
and
said,
finishes.
you never know which topic you're gonna touch on that's gonna
Sparks.
reach out and like lift somebody up.
And not only like you don't know which topic will really like vibe with everybody, but also like when you're getting comments.
You just kind of move along. Yeah.
Well, I'm saying like when you get like comments. Oh, there was an answer.
Hold on, people. We got an answer.
Nothing if they aren't turned backwards.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Well, that was very.
that was informative.
And what are you gonna do
It was very
if you're into this
anticlimactic.
kind of
I
thing?
was hoping for an answer.
What if you're just this little old lady and you've got these red chairs out on, in your yard and
You
one's
just live.
facing backwards? I mean, do you expect that on your door or?
No, you just live.
Live, laugh, love.
Live, laugh, love.
I mean, is somebody going to approach this poor old woman
Hopefully,
and be like,
don't-
"Hey, I hear you."
I don't know. I guess I've never.
I
Thought
think
of
I
it.
think that's a Florida thing. I
I'm
think it's a
gonna-
big Florida thing.
I'm gonna put a loofah on your car to see if
No,
anybody
you're
tracks.
not. We put it on the Jeep. Put a black one on the Jeep.
I will kick you so hard.
No, we can put it on like I'm thinking like the roof rack where you won't see it for a while, but everybody else will.
Hey,
We
do you
can't-
remember that curse box?
No,
Part
no,
2 is
I have a
coming.
video of it.
unfortunately, I do. I'll
Tell
move.
that story. You two tell that story. I'm going to take a cigarette
Oh,
break.
yeah.
Oh.
So, did you guys get the box first, or did you come up with the idea first?
I came up with the idea.
Preface this that it was my welcome gift.
Welcome to the family tase. What do they call that?
Hazing.
Hazing. yes.
Tasing.
You
Light
are-
that bitch up.
So you guys bought the box from Goodwill, and it was this creepy little music box,
Just still-
and it was a little wood box.
It wasn't that little.
No, it was
No,
big.
it
It
Honestly.
was the size of a good cigar box.
Yeah.
yeah,
Um.
I think it was. A
Then you
cigar
guys had
box.
the bright idea to fill it with ashes from the fireplace, and then dump cologne in there.
and then a note. and
Avon
seal it-
cologne too.
and seal it
Yes.
with wax.
And no, first Mom wrote up an obituary for what was his name?
Oh,
Hans Ostenberger.
yes.
Hans Ostenberger.
Turns out dude was a real person after
Yeah,
I came up
He's a
with
real
it and
man.
everything.
Yeah, Googled it.
And I got a picture of an old guy and I put it all in the box. And I even, wrote up this obituary that was just freaking amazing. I'm sorry, but I'm tooting my own horn.
Jake still has that box.
Oh, it has made its way around.
Yeah, I
I've
want it
lost it
back.
at this point. Because every time I ask him for it back, he goes, "Oh no, I need it." Because like when his two friends were coming, when they came up to see us and they stayed at our place, I guess
Yeah.
he did it to them
yeah, but
at their
want-
hotel.
You
and
guys are
he's
reading the last page in the book. Tell the story.
I know, right?
ADHD. We
So-
got distracted.
You also wrote like a note in there saying like, "Oh, this I'm leaving this box to you because it's the spirits or something are too powerful and I can't handle it anymore." Blah blah blah.
But it was a real formal letter
Yeah.
and
It was burnt.
And then you guys charred the edges of the paper and you even somehow yellowed the papers.
it was.
Don't know how that.
don't ask.
Yeah, I didn't sniff them. So, but then,
We wax sealed the box
Sealed it in
like on a
wax.
demon box.
and then put it in a cardboard box and just wrote Ryan on the top of it.
Yeah.
So then I had to try to sneak it over to the apartment.
Well, we had to fill you in because you're in a security building, so I couldn't get it to your doorstep
Yeah.
because I was going to scare the shit out of both of you.
So
That
then-
Ryan thought he had a secret admirer.
Oh my God.
So then that.
I think you did drop a spirit off.
So then that night, I was unloading the car, and then we brought it in. I wouldn't let you touch that garbage bag because I was like, "There's glass in
Which
there."
I thought was weird because I was like,
it was
"Oh,
a
I'll
giant
grab
garbage
the
bag for just a little box.
Well,
Yeah.
it was in the back seat, and I was like, "Oh, I'll grab that bag." He said, "Don't touch it." I was like, "Okay." Weirdo.
Yeah. But then when you were sleeping, I put it outside the door, which our neighbors.
I thought he was in the shower.
Oh yeah.
That was somewhere.
Yeah, he was in the shower.
Took
And
another
then-
one after.
I snuck the box out of the bag, put it outside the door, and then I think I went to go like take garbage out or something. I just found
Yeah.
a reason to open the door.
Yeah,
and
'cause
then
it
I
was
was like, "Oh,
nighttime, so I went to
You
the
have
opened
a
it.
surprise. And then I was like, "Oh, did you order something from Amazon?"
And I was like, "No."
Yeah. So then, honestly, I should have gotten an Oscar, but that's okay.
Oh no, they're leaving out the part where I opened the box.
We
and-
haven't opened it yet.
Oh, I
no,
thought we were
Ryan
gonna get
wouldn't
there.
open it.
Okay.
He was like, I'm not
I
opening
I
it.
wouldn't open it, and then finally
Because he said, "What if it's a bomb?"
Yeah. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna open it. And I think I said, I was like, just throw it in the trash. Like, go throw it in the dumpster outside. And he was like, no. He was like, oh, I'm curious, what is it? I opened it. This bitch was a music box. It started playing.
Well,
First of all, the ash came flying out at me.
yeah,
I opened it and it was just right in front of me.
I was trying to spook you during it because I was like, oh, this is so weird. I'm gonna get this on video.
Oh, you said it's sealed up with
Yeah, I
wax
was
like
like-
a demon box.
He was like, it's sealed with wax. I said, do you know what that means? He's like, no. Or, no. And I was like, that's usually what they do to keep a demon in the box. F this. I don't want this anymore.
He ran upstairs to apartment 204
have
because they've got
cameras.
cameras up there.
So-
Because he wanted to find out who dropped off this box.
He was gonna call 911.
Because I was like, oh my god, it was well. And then I opened it. First of all, thought old what's his name, Olsenberg.
Ostenberger.
Yeah, but he was in my mouth. And then I'm reading it.
It was ashes from my fireplace mixed with
I'm,
old
I'm reading
Avon
the obituary
cologne.
and I'm like, also I'm like, oh god, oh god, it's all over my counter, my floor, me.
Call your effing
It's a-
mom.
yeah,
She
and I was
knows
like,
about
you need to
this."
call your mom. She knows how this stuff works. Then, of course, the see you next Tuesday was on the phone with me, and she's like, oh yeah, you know, you gotta now it's gonna hang with you. Oh, you consumed its ashes. You know, and I was like freaking out, and that
Oh, I'm
it
dying
was
over
a
here.
terrible. It was a terrible. I was a good sport. After it happened, I laughed, and then I said,
No, you were pissed.
I was
you
pissed.
called AJ and
AJ thought I was beating you.
Yeah, 'cause I was like, "Oh, I
He said,
was."
Mason, stop! Get
When
away
I-
from me!
When you told me it had to go to somebody, I called my friend and I was like, "You got to come over because I don't want it in my house." And after that, it was.
Oh.
Then I was like, "We have to give it to somebody else."
we popped Ryan's paranormal cherry
Yeah, it
over
was-
here because he wasn't in
Then-
for any of
No,
this.
and then after that, we resealed it. What did we do it on? 2 or 3 people?
Well, we even
We dropped it off.
And then
to a
we-
Well,
lot of
see, that
people.
proved to me right there that Ryan was family because that's what our family does. When one of us scares another one, we go, we got to get dad.
well, but then we carved stuff onto the box.
Yeah, we carved stuff.
and this was
onto
right
it.
after Easter, so
Uh-huh.
I had one of those leaf things.
Palm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I took it and I folded it into the shape of like
Christy says, that was his welcome to the family gift. Welp, I'm out.
Yeah, usually you get a basket or a dinner. I don't know, something. That was a. I got
full diaper.
I got fireplace ashes down my throat.
So I folded it into the shape of a cross.
Yeah.
And then I charred it
Resealed
with the
it.
fire,
Uh-huh.
the lighter.
We resealed it and
And
then
then-
dropped it off. At
Well, first
multiple
they went out
doorsteps.
to Ryan's mom's house, who lives in a very elite neighborhood.
Yeah, she was in a
and
bad mood that
she was in a bad mood because they got the dog barking and
Your
dad was sleeping.
Yeah,
And
so we didn't do her,
So then we literally just walked out of the door.
and then we dropped it off at
Jake and
my
Randy's.
brother's house, and he went ballistic.
yeah, Ryan has
See,
a
he
twin
didn't-
brother.
He didn't find it funny though.
No, I have a video.
He didn't
of
find it
him-
No, he
at
didn't
all.
find it funny, but he had to get somebody
Yeah.
else.
Yeah,
That's
after
the-
he got
that's
scared.
The
That-
gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, it's mental illness.
And now
Mom.
I know it's been like I keep reminding him. I'm like, I need the demon box back, and he's like, yeah, I know. He's like, but then because he dropped it off at Jessica's house, he dropped it off
They
at
keep sending it
He-
out to people.
well, no, so because he dropped it off at Jessica's house, and then Jessica, a little bit about her. It's a friend of his. She had, she was not married, but had a man, and they had a child together. And one day he just decided not to be a father and just exited.
Yeah.
So she took it because she was like, I have to drop it off at his doorstep because he doesn't deal with that stuff. She's like, he doesn't. And of course, he, was no longer calling, messaging, wouldn't pay child support, nothing. She was on her own.
Yeah.
So she was like, I guess it was perfect timing because it just happened to her. And Jacob was like, she was like, he is like deathly afraid of paranormal stuff. And she's like, I'm going to do this to him. She's never, I think he called the cops.
Oh my God.
And then they were like, oh, whatever.
Oh no, it's gonna get traced
Yeah.
back to me and
And
Missy.
then no, I think he went by I think Jacob was still friends with or still talking to him, like just trying to communicate with him. And I think Jacob said, "Oh, I know somebody who can get rid of the spirit off you. I just need the box back, and I
Mhm.
can, And then I
The
know at
depths
least
of lies.
yeah, the lies. I know at least 3 or 4 people he's done it to. He's been able to retrieve it every time, and then
I
they'll
hope I'm
like
not going to hell for all
they'll
this.
borrow it and be like, I have to, because I think the last time they were out visiting us, I mentioned it every time. I'm like, I need that box back. And they were like, no, because we gave it to so and so. And they're like, oh, I'm gonna do it to so and so. I'll bring it right back. And I'm like, well, it's not your box. It's my box. I'll give it back. I like it now and I want it back.
It's literally like a chainmail box at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, like chain letters. That's how I found my real dad after 21 years.
And so it's sitting on someone's doorstep in Wisconsin today, probably.
So if you get this mystery box,
Yeah.
and you open it up and it's a brown wooden box, very ornate.
Open it.
Open it. Open it.
Now we just have to send real demon boxes out to people and they open it.
I think one
You
of the-
don't know how many times after seeing those online, there's real demon boxes out
I
there
think-
with real demons locked inside.
Honestly,
And
they're
you
not that
can buy
expensive.
them and they're not that expensive. How many times I thought that would make the perfect gift for Christmas for so and so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, you can probably even buy them with Afterpay at this point.
Mhm.
There you go.
Probably. Spook now, pay later.
I'll just max out our credit card with demon boxes.
Spook now and pay us later.
Yeah. What are you checking your laundry?
Mm.
Yeah. Well, I think we're gonna sign off here for the night because we've talked and talked and talked
For 3 hours.
Yeah.
3 hours.
Almost.
But I had fun.
It didn't feel like that long.
Nope.
Honestly, we've already had 1.5 hour podcasts that felt longer than this.
Yeah. Well, I like listening back. Like after you guys leave, I always listen back just to see, oh, I'm Bob Smith and or Bob Wilson,
Mm-hmm.
6
Bob
blocks
Oh my God,
down.
I hate Bob Wilson so
6 miles down, 4 blocks over. He's never heard us before. Well, I used to play that with the kids when we were writing my books. Okay, you're Bob Wilson. You've never met us.
Never met me before.
Read
First
this
time
book.
ever hearing about me.
What are you thinking?
Do a scrub of the mind.
Yep. So and we had to pretend to be Bob Wilson for
A long
3
time.
years. I had an identity crisis after that.
Name? Bob Wilson.
What year were you born? I don't know. She never told me.
But it worked.
Yeah.
And I like listening back and seeing, like what people might think about what we're saying and talking about.
Oh, I'll never listen back.
These people crazy.
I always laugh. I'm like, Mason and Ryan and Missy are freaking hilarious.
It's been,
I don't know about that crazy old bitch, but
It's been weird tonight not having Missy's voice.
yes, I know.
I was afraid there'd be a lull
Mental
in the
illness, love.
conversation.
Yeah, we don't have our mental illness love quoter in here.
We miss you.
Mm-mm.
I don't even know if she's listening anymore.
But yeah, I'm going to sign off for the night and we're going to try for next Wednesday. We did try for last night, but of course, every time I plan a Wednesday podcast, it rains like a sumbitch out there. And sure as shit, it rained cats and dogs and monkeys and lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my.
Oh my. And so we decided, screw it. We're not going to let Mother Nature screw with us anymore. We're going to have the podcast on Thursday. So if you don't catch us next Wednesday, try us on Thursday.
Wednesday's looking 83 and sunny.
83 and sunny. You hear that?
Mm-hmm.
And Mason and Ryan both took off work specifically for Wednesdays so that they could be part of the podcast. And I appreciate that. And maybe one of these days we'll get you on here, Christy. I think it'd be a hoot. So, well, until next Wednesday, be nice to each other. And remember that people out there might be going through something that you don't know about. So be extra nice. And yeah, I guess that's about it. Take care, everybody. See you next week.